Hello and welcome back to the CTN Network station. This is Max doing another live video today on XRP. So with that said, smash that like if you haven't done so already. Today's hot topics are going to be XRP, QNT, and Jasmy. We will start with Jasmy first, but we do have a lot of XRP info for you guys. Thanks to Sideline Reporter, Mr. Elon Muff, aka Mike Cornwell. So glad to be here with you guys. Please smash that like if you haven't done so already. Currently speaking, we are at 15 likes. Let's try to tick up if we can. And in the process of getting into some of this stuff, we'll welcome a lot of you guys. It's gonna be quite the show. And I have some big news in regards to Jasmy. Maybe getting tired of me talking about Jasmy every day, but as in regards to Sony PlayStation. Oh, that's a nothing burger. No, it's not. It is not. There were some new things that were shared in regards to the founder, the main guy who basically invented the Sony PlayStation logo. And you'll be blown away when you actually see it's not speculative, the connection to Jasmy. Yeah, it says right plain as day, Jasmy. Couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow. That is really something else. All right. Please, again, smash that like. Let's start off with the first comment of the day. And it comes from... Who does it come from? It's loading up. Man, there's a lot of good comments. All right. It comes from River. It might have been from somebody else, but, you know, the show was delayed about 15 minutes, so I apologize for that. Thanks for being here, though, River. And if anybody else got their comments chopped off at the beginning, like maybe Tim Shea and so on, again, sorry about that. But glad to have you here, River, the one and only. Boom. Mr. Boomer Effin' Sooner is here. Welcome, Boomer Effin' Sooner. There's only one, and that is Boomer Effin' Sooner. Edward Vincent's in the house. Glad to have Edward Vincent. He says, what up, Mr. Squidward? All right. We're also going to obviously welcome Tim Shea. I'm sure you said hey probably earlier and got chopped off. So thanks for being here, Tim. Mayor of Crypto Commissioner, representing the 589th. Boom. Thank you so much for being here, Tim. Going further down into the comments, we also have Brian Riley. He says, hello, all. And yes, he's always got the thing with the Star Trek thing. I love Star Trek, but again, I can't really do it as good as some other people, you know. It just doesn't, like, ever since I was a kid, I'm like always trying to spread it out, but it doesn't, it comes back. I don't know. It's just the way my fingers are. All right. Glad to have you here, though, Brian Riley. Mike Cornwell, thanks again for your sideline reporting. We got quite a bit from Mike in that regard. Core Marshall, bro, you don't have Corium in your list. It's on my watch list, but I do not own any Corium. There's 26,000 cryptos. I could be like, bro, you don't have Graph in your list? Bro, you don't have Filecoin? Bro, you don't have, you know what I mean? Like, there's stuff that I own that you guys don't own and vice versa. But nonetheless, welcome. Glad to have you. Oh, yeah, there's other ones. It's just, you know, we don't necessarily cover every single one every day. But we have covered, actually, we done an intro to Corium a while back. I think maybe towards the beginning of the year, of this year. Maybe it was a little bit, maybe it was actually a little bit last year. I don't know. But we talk about once in a while, you know. Sologenic, some other ones. We just recently start doing a little bit of, IOTA. So there's ones that take the cake when it comes to the news coverage, and there's other ones that don't. But nonetheless, we'll give you a warm welcome. Welcome to Core Marshall. Nice avatar. All right, let's see here. IBC compatible, deploying smart contracts, interoperability, and enterprise grade blockchain. All right. Just saying, an incredible discount right now. Of course, not financial advice. Well, we appreciate the heads up. Thank you. Let me see. Let's also welcome GG. Welcome back. On top of that, we got, I believe, Samo Fudd. Welcome back, Samo Fudd. Thank you for being here, sir. Boom. All right, we're just going to welcome a few more of you guys. Boomer F. Sooner says, Musk is figuring out how to incorporate Shiba into X and how to get XRP to a $5 trillion market cap for $100. That'd be insane. All right. Let's see here. Want to welcome the one and only Brian Dowie. Brian Dowie, welcome. Hey, man, you're back. You got your name back. I think I didn't notice that. You're no longer Maorb, but you can be both. How about that? All right. Let's also welcome back the one and only Brittany. Glad to have you here, Brittany. Boom. Rick Cogswell. Welcome back, Rick. Glad to have you, man. Always looking sharp, Rick. All right. How are you feeling, Max? I don't know, man. It's been really run down. Trying to, just get more rest and stuff like that. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. There's so much to do. Not enough time to do it all. But there's no excuse, right? We all have things we got to do. So, but thank you. All right, let's see here. Hooters, CTN, Table Talk, Scratch, and yeah, there you go. That's funny stuff. All right, let's see here. I appreciate that, Tim Shea. Also, Core Marshall. Never tired of hearing about Jasmine. I hear you. I don't think you are ever tired to hear about Jasmine. I think sometimes some people feel as though that maybe, there should be other ones that are covered more often. But it's like, if we covered everything, it'd be like a 5 or 6 hour show. So that's why we split it up different days. But there's ones, I mean, let's face it, Jasmine's probably going to get covered every day. Sometimes Q&T gets covered almost every day. It just depends on like what's going on in the news. If it's a hot topic, we're going to talk about that. BS, Max. There was a hot topic the other day. You didn't talk about that. Well, whatever. All right. Let's also welcome Magic Power. He says, hello, guten Tag. I am Chuman SS Officer Heim. No, I'm kidding. You're not that. The Liechtenstein Exchange. And Jasmine with the Rice Crop Consortium from Hana-san. Hana in the house. You will bring great honor. You will bring honor to our show. You will smash like. All right. Thank you so much, Magic Power. GG says, today I didn't have to use my AK. Got to say, it was a good day. That's a great song. That was on the radio driving over to pick up this kid from work. Anyway, not my kid, but, a kid I help out with. All right. Tim Shea, I was first, but cool. River wins. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations to River then. Or congratulations to you both. I don't know. Dwight Von Tress, welcome back. Welcome back. Always appreciate you being here, man. That's awesome. You're always showing up. We got Michael Montclair in the house. Sorry if I skipped over you, Michael. Was not intentional, but, welcome. Tennessee Eco Man is in the house. Incurable Optimist. Bro, I don't have Bitcoin on my list. Better opportunities with altcoins, in my opinion. Teach his own. All right. You're from North Carolina. You must know Larry or something. You got to be careful with that one. Want to make sure you get paid. All right. Brian Dowie, I'm on delay. Max, can you do the shocker? The Silk the Shocker? No, I'm not a fan of Silk the Shocker. I was never a fan of No Limit back in the day. I think Master P was a good guy, like especially how he taught Snoop Dogg the business, but I was never a fan of like, the No Limit Soldier. That's what I told you. That was just like not my style. Anyway, sorry. If you guys were fans of No Limit back in the late 90s, hey, teach his own, right? All right. You're probably not even talking about it. You're like, bro, I'm not even talking about that. But yeah, I hear you. Jimmy Chonga. I love your name. You don't need a custom avatar unless you want it. And like I said before, man, welcome back, Jimmy Chonga. Jimmy Chonga. That's just like the best name ever, you know? Yeah. What's your name? I'm the Jimmy Chonga. You eat chimichangas? I'm the Jimmy Chonga. Where did you get your chimichangas? I got them back in Jersey, you bum. All right, makes sense. Makes sense. All right, welcome. Please smash the like, and we'll read a couple more comments. Turn in, and Max was doing some Star Trek stuff. Yeah, it just, you know, boom, and then it comes back. It just boom comes back. I can't do it. So I guess when we, you know, start getting all these aliens like we have in the news, I won't be able to properly greet Spock, and that's gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna have to like duct tape my freaking, you know, my hand or something, make a splint, even though there's nothing wrong with my hand, just for I can do a proper greeting to Spock. You get where I'm going with this. All right, trying to spread him since he was a kid, haven't we all though? That's a good point, my friend. All right, I knew there's gonna be some Vaseline comments, and that's okay. All right, Magic Power says another patent for Jasmine. We're gonna talk about that. You think I was gonna dismiss that? Nope. Jasmine acquires a technology patent for creating abstracted information from personal data and delivering it in using the blockchain. Jasmine scam. Well, no. I mean, they have use case. They're developing patents. Jasmine scam. Why do you keep saying Jasmine scam? Flutter. Jasmine scam. I look at chart. Jasmine scam. Those guys are unbelievable. All right. Court Marshall, welcome with again back. And he's saying reached 1 million Jasmine, really cheap. Now I'm just chilling and packing other projects. Same here, but I have new goals for that and so on, because now it's just mainly like, all right, I think we get to at least $1 in the future. Am I really gonna just dump every single bit of Jasmine I have at $1? No. I see it going much higher than that. I got to be prepared for that. That's me. Other people may be doing something similar. Maybe some people just like, they don't want 1 million. They want 100,000, whatever the case be. Who's complaining about, you know, making extra money? Or right? For some people, it's not about generational wealth. It's just being able to have a decent amount of extra money. Whatever the case be, it's going to be pretty awesome. All right, let's double check the other screen. We are at 25 likes. We could definitely do better on the likes. Please smash that like unless you're driving down the road. No texting, no driving, right? But smash the like if you can, unless you're listening to the show like some of the, the truckers do that listen to CTN. All right, we have a few more comments. Core Marshall, Jasmine is a beast. Where else we got? We got Triple C in the house. Cool Cat Crypto. Boomer F and Sumer saying Jasmine, QNT, and Bone would be massive. That's all. That's it. That's the list. Like a bowling ball, Max. Like a bowling ball. You want to see a bowling ball? I'll show you a bowling ball, dang it. I'll show you a bowling ball. I used to get teased about this when I was a kid. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can show you something kind of cool. Show you guys something kind of kid. Yeah, Cartman, right? Like, what the heck, right? Let me show you this just real quick. And we'll get into some crypto. All right. Here you go. Here's all classic Max from the 1980s. People used to say, "Oh, you trying to look like the Beatles?" Hey, this is my freaking parents gave me this do, man. But yeah, here, some of the kids used to joke around. Your head looks like a bowling ball. There you go. Let me show you guys that. Let me full screen that. There is Vintage Max. That was 7 years old, 1988, I believe. There's my Uncle Blondo. There's my dad on the far right. There's my scooter. I used to be able to grind with that. And there's me, right? Happy boy. 7th birthday. Anyway. I'll leave that up for you guys for a bit. All right. All right, let's see here. Let's read this one. Eco Man. I didn't know you could be in crypto this early and not hold some BTC, especially right before mass adoption. Okay, I get what he's saying. That's funny. That's some funny stuff. I'll show you guys. I don't know. You guys like that picture? You like that old school picture of Mr. Max? Yeah, I had beautiful hair. It's all gone now. Not all of it's gone, but a good amount of it's gone. Mini Max. You guys like the Mini Max? Yeah, that same sweater back in the day. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. You have 2.4 million Jasmine. Congratulations. Hush it. I'm not saying like you have 2.4 million Jasmine. Hush it. Like I don't want to hear about your 2.4 million Jasmine. Just freaking hush it. No, I'm kidding. But welcome to Hush It. Oh yeah. You want to know something? I'll tell you guys this. Little known fact. I missed my calling, right? So I used to be able to, and this is an accurate statement. So some of you guys are like, I don't know, maybe you're talented riding skateboards, maybe you're talented, like some people were talented in basketball. So I was very, very talented in football when I was a kid. Unfortunately, my dad, because one of his good friends, his sons, got like incredibly injured, where it messed him up like the rest of his life. I was a walk-on, to say the least, twice, made varsity freshman year, high school. I'm not gonna get into that. And then another time when I moved down to Phoenix, he was up in Portland for like 3 months or so. I was like, to hell with my dad. I'm gonna freaking walk on to the Moon Valley, there too. So as a walk-on, made varsity twice. But however, my biggest talent was like riding BMX. I was like professional BMX rider. I was amazing at riding a bicycle. So, there's a scooter. I could legitimately ride a BMX. I do every trick back in the day. Not now. Hell no. I'd probably like freaking, sprain my other ankle or something like that. But yeah, when I was a kid, literally, I could ride professionally. But it is what it is. Didn't exactly work out later on. And yeah. So time to make some generational wealth, right? With crypto. All right. I'll show you guys some more pictures in the future, maybe later on the show. Let's jump into what we have. Glad to show you guys just, I don't know, some pictures and stuff like that. Your 1780 and 1988 Gen X rolls. Here's the thing, right? According to Wikipedia and some other outlets, it's really weird. Wikipedia says I'm the last of that generation before the millennials, wherever that is, Generation Y or whatever. I don't know. Other ones say, nope, you're the first of the millennials. And I'm like, and then when I see people from Gen X bashing millennials, it's always consistently like, your generation didn't ride your bikes out in the street, and you guys didn't go outside, and you didn't do all this stuff. And I'm like, I did all that stuff, literally. So it's like, teach his own. All right. Forget all about that. Glad to share some of this stuff with you guys, though. You have AARP. All right. So let's jump into the outline of what we have. Yeah, that's right there. There you go. We're going to jump into some Jasmine, and we're going to talk about, obviously, the new patents, all this good stuff. So smash that like. And again, I'm going to remind you guys how we're doing on the likes. We're at 31 likes, 43 people watching. Let's try to increase the likes, all right? We're not a sponsored channel. It's not like super chats go like injected right into my bank account immediately or anything like that. If anything, it helps support Mr. Double L. But whatever the case be, please smash that like, and I would appreciate it. All right, here we go. So what we're going to do is going to jump into the key highlight of what was reported from PR Times. Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I do that? So I want to give a shout out, of course, first to Brian Riley. He gave me a fixed link, but I mean, I also saw it on Mr. Hudson's tweet. I should say repost. We're going to have to stop calling it tweet, guys. You guys worry about that? All right. So let's jump into this. Key patents. All right. So again, this is all in Japanese. Let's jump over to what we have from the PR Times. And if anything, I think I'll blow it up just a tad bit more. No, I guess that was good. 150 is good. All right. So this has been interpreted. Some of the English is not perfect on the interpretation. You got to keep in mind, it came straight from the PR Times. So mentioned literally today, Jasmine once again acquired another technology patent for creating information abstracted from personal information and providing it using blockchain. Now, who's the main guy when it comes to the Jasmine bigwig staff that does an excellent job with these patents? That's Kazuma Sasato. right? And if you haven't seen the video I done a while back, it shows the two bombs in the thumbnail, and it says, Jasmine, the Sony patents. Remember, before that, there was so much speculation, but we confirmed some things in the actual video. So if you're a newcomer to our show, or recorded videos, or vice versa, or both, whatever you want to call it, check out some of this stuff, right? We have it there not just because, we want to produce content to, get good views and followers and so on, but it's also the research, right? Shout out to Tokenizer. He has what they call the research portal, CTN. We have, our own catalog of research. So by all means, just because it's not brand new news, that information is not time sensitive. You owe it to yourself to take a look into it. All right, so you're here at the live show, unless you want some of that new news. Well, we're going to get into that. And again, it was reported that Kazumasa Sato provided, this information, basically. And it says, basically speaking, we are pleased to inform you that we obtained a technical patent on July 14th, 2014, originally, right? Method of changing the display on the application. But he's done more and more and more patents. So here's this particular patent number is 7313642. It's a terminal device, information processing system, and so on. The registration for it was July 14th of this year, okay? You do see Kazumasa Sato reference Takashi Hagawara. We talked about him the other day. You see this other guy, Manobu Sakamoto, and some of these other guys, okay? It goes on to also mention some of these missions of what they're trying to do. Obviously, data democratization. We know about some of this stuff. In regards to this specific patent, it says by using the patented technology acquired this time, they're going to be able to come up with this new philosophy of managing your own information by yourself. Now, are these the key factors towards, for instance, being able to get to that point of monetization? Or we're talking about, remember the other day, the reward system, right? Things got to be in place, but if anything, have a correct patent that you can, have implemented, for instance, in regards to the use case of like the personal data locker and so on, right? But have it be like innovative. So this new technology says it's necessary because it's necessary to disclose the user's personal information in regards to the other party, like a third party, such as what? Company, the Japanese government, or even here. We're going to have eventually English blockchain PCs. It goes on to mention it's possible to create only information with low specific. I can't even pronounce that anymore. I even looked up how to pronounce this. I always struggle with this word, specificity. There we go. My bad. I said it right. I even have it like another tab to pronounce it correctly. Low specificity, hereinafter referred to as secondary personal identification information. In past AMAs, HARA addressed some of this stuff. And of course, they're providing the other party using blockchain and so on. This patent states that they're going to be able to increase abstraction. This other word I always struggle with, and let me pronounce this right as well, and that is anonymity. I know this word has existed around, like we've done so many shows talking about this, but for whatever reason I struggle with that. Just like, even though I have an MBA, right, and my MBA is entrepreneurship emphasis, I'll be damned if I could still spell entrepreneurship correctly without looking it up. I'm just being honest, transparent, right? Some of my flaws. But anyway, this is kind of cool. You may think this is boring, but this is kind of cool. So check out this example. And again, please smash the like if you just connected. If the user has registered the user's addresses, like for instance, 123 Kita Ayama in like Tokyo, Japan, and a zip code, or they might call it postal codes. Like some of you guys are in Canada, you guys don't even call it zip codes, you call it postal codes, right? As the first personal identification information, the user address would be Tokyo and how it's showed there, right? It's indicated as a second personal identification information. By utilizing blockchain tech, when providing second personal identification information to a third party, it is possible to prevent falsification. That's the basic main thing here, right? You need to make sure that, we have extra security, to say the least, because it's going to ensure traceability, ensure, safe transmission, to the recipient of this information, basically. This allows an easy to understand display method. I don't know. It's cool stuff, right? Basically speaking, like a harp on all the details about the patent, but it's a new patent. It's going to help, right? That's the bottom line. What I want to do now, and maybe you're disappointed, I'll just cover every single part about the patent, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump into some of the other key things that I found that are worth pointing out. All right. And I do want to give a shout out to Brian. You need to follow him at WC3068 on crypto Twitter. I shouldn't call it crypto Twitter anymore. Crypto X. I don't know. I guess we're still going to call it crypto Twitter. It's just a habit for now. But in that regard, yes, please give him a follow because, I mean, if you're really into Jasmine, you should follow people like this. All right, check it out. He did this whole thread, and it's a really, really detailed thread. I've already reviewed it all, spent extra time on this. To be honest, I probably spent a good hour and a half on this, trying to multitask, do other things, but I read a lot on this. He came across a Bridgestone. Now, before we jump more into this, especially if you're in the United States, no, I'm not referring to Bridgestone, Firestone tires, or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. But they are a broadcast sponsor. And it says this weekend, when he came across them as a Brian, he found out that Bridgestone just partnered with an AI company. Now, of course, we haven't been getting enough information. You know, some people have literally typed in the comments and recorded videos. Max, are we going to get anything about an AI engine update? Well, sometimes we don't get those updates right in due time. But again, it's like connecting the dots. And again, I understand some people criticize Jasmine. So like, I saw one guy, he's like, why is everything with Jasmine a mystery? Well, technically speaking, you can apply it to anything. You know, like you can apply that to quant. We have some quant news later on tonight for you guys. But, you know, it states Bridgestone just partnered with an AI company ran by the father of the PlayStation. Literally, this guy created the, you know, the classic PlayStation logo, or as they would say over there, PlayStation, right? I will definitely be, you know, he's going to keep an eye on this, basically, right? And he references me here, right? Give a shout out. I'm going to give a shout out to Neo X Tricks. That guy's like really gifted on some of his video captures of like what's going on in Japan. I don't know if he lives in Japan. It seems like he might. So we're going to highlight some key things here in a bit, get into all the juicy stuff. I'm not going to be able to pull up the New York Times article because I use them so many times, in which like I wore out my welcome with the New York Times. I wore out my welcome with the New York Times. I wore out my welcome with the Wall Street Journal. I don't know who's next. Do I really need to sign up for all these outlets just to get news? No, I do not. I just simply copy and paste the headline. There's other outlets. That's the beauty about free press, right? So check this out. He said, just to give context for anyone not familiar with Ken Kutaragi, he was promoted to executive deputy president while Kunitake Ando was running Sony in 2004. Kutaragi-san also was part of a company called Cyber AI Entertainment Co. Limited. Try to remember that for this outline. I'm telling you flat out. Try to remember that. All right, we're going to blow some of this up. And we're getting into some of the key things. Oh, why you should pay attention to this, right? Like, why not pay attention to any of this stuff? I mean, if you're watching the show, you should pay attention. Maybe Jasmine's not your thing. You're just waiting for the XRP, the QNT. Still interesting, especially if you're just not quite there with the whole concept of Jasmine. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys this tab just to blow it up a little bit more. And on this was cool in my opinion. All right. Basically mentions Ken Kutaragi, who's best known for creating the Sony PlayStation, the video game console. I don't know about you, but I've had all the PlayStations except PS4 and PS5, right? Maybe in the future I get PS6. I became more busy, or it's just one of those things. All right, so Ken Kutaragi, like I said, created this. It spearheaded the development, of course, of these products. Kutaragi's appointment to executive deputy president has helped to reassure skittish investors that Sony is serious about regaining its edge. Though its electronics are admired for their styling, Sony in recent years has rarely produced a hit that redefines the electronics industry in the way that Walkman and compact disc player did years ago. Now, hear us out on this, okay? This is what the aha moment for him. There's an exception, and that, of course, is Mr. Kutaragi's PlayStation, which produced a disproportionate amount of Sony profits in 2002 and 2003. He, who is 53, is a brash engineer and a rebel inside Sony, respected for his success, but brushed aside by the company's more traditional managers. PlayStation has, of course, become a legend, not just because of his success, but because this guy stomped and shouted until Sony executives agreed to build it. Stomped and shouted. Try to remember that too. Because you want to know something? Yes, some things seem speculative. And sometimes it seems as though, like, there's no way, like, especially people from the A-Star community. And don't get me wrong, I think A-Star is good. I might buy some A-Star. You might be one of those guys watching in the show as we speak, saying Jasmine is never going to have what A-Star has with Sony. And to a degree, I would agree to a certain extent when it comes to certain things, right? Like the current state of the PlayStation and blockchain and whatnot. I'm telling you flat out, I'm not going to give you a nothing burger when it comes to this. So you need to stay tuned. I'm not just going to be like, oh, look here, guys, Kutaragi, and boom, Jasmine instantly. Again, we're going to get to that. But you got to see some key things here. And this is really cool to see this reported today. So we're going to jump back, obviously, to a little bit more of what we have. And I'm going to jump to this next page. I'm just going to clear up some tabs real quick just to make the flow go a little bit better. Yeah, let's share this. Let me copy this image. Put it on the screen. There we go. Here's a little background about this guy real quick, okay? And basically speaking, you know, Cyber Eye Entertainment Co. It says in 2009, he established his own company and assumed the position of president and CEO. Currently, he's an outsider director of Rakuten. I know about Rakuten. I think some of you guys know about them too. Also, Marvelous Company Limited, Nojima Co. He's a visiting professor, not just like instructor. I'm an instructor. I don't have the title of professor. You guys call me the Max the crypto professor. I mean, okay, maybe crypto professor, but technically speaking, I've never been a professor. You have to have a doctorate for some of the newcomers that don't know that. Yeah, but this guy's legit. He's a visiting professor at the Ritsumiken University Graduate School of Management, special visiting professor. I mean, this guy's got a robust background. He basically did a bunch of work for Sony from 1975 to 2006. So just as impressive as Kunitake Ando, right? He joined the Sony Corporation back in 75. He signed to First Development. I mean, very, very impressive, right? I don't need to go into all this. But what I will go into is this next part of what we have. And let me just pull this up. Here it is. And this was literally like 15 minutes before the show was supposed to air. And I was like, oh, God, I need to read up a little bit more. Just make it a little bit better of a show. So if you're wondering why the show is delayed a little bit, I got to know what I'm talking about on this. You need to know what you're invested in, right? Again, shout out to Brian, okay? And if anything, shout out to Jesse of KIR Finance, Keeping It Real Finance. Like it says, keeping it real since 1982. I've been keeping it real apparently since 1981. So he says he definitely found one of them, and he's a semi-certain that the other two, in regards to this reference, in April, about a post about Manabu Sakamoto, is part of, like, these patents, right? So it says, listen to the two recent Jasmine patents as an event, as an inventor, and this guy that we've been talking about, he is in fact the person who designed the famous PlayStation logo. Okay. So the important thing, and I'll blow this up. I mean, come on, if you're invested in Jasmine, you're not interested in like somebody who invented the PlayStation joining their team. Oh, this is a nothing burger. It's not gonna be a nothing burger. I'm telling you flat out, it won't be a nothing burger. So yeah, this guy created the logo of the world's best-selling game machine, the PlayStation. And it goes on to mention this little part that was from apparently volume 170 of this particular publication. Forgot what exact magazine it was, or and so on. I apologize on that. But the key thing is, like it says, PlayStation, a home video game console that everybody knows. I mean, who doesn't know about PlayStation at this point? Many people have probably seen the logo mark, so on and so forth. The logo, again, was created by this guy you see in the picture. And he formed the core of the brand that we are all accustomed to at least know about. Maybe you never played a PlayStation, but you at least know about it, right? So again, let's get into the next page. And in this, if you want some of that aha moment, you know there's more. The clients and partnerships in regards to what you see here, right? From what this guy's connected with Aerograph, right? President and / creative director. Let me jump back to that. I'm sorry. Yeah, this part right here where it says volume 170. Aerograph Co. Limited President / creative director Manobu Sakamoto. This guy, right? He's literally the guy that created PlayStation. When we go to the profile, again, clients and partners, and on this part, I will blow this up a little bit more. You will see. Yeah, look at that, guys. I mean, come on, Jasmine, listen right there, plain as day. Isn't that not incredibly bullish? So while there's zero information, and I really looked like you have no idea. I was hoping to find something like, oh man, is there a hint anywhere about a PlayStation 6, you know, with a mention of a personal data locker or blockchain technology or just anything like that. Now for PS5, there's the, of course, A-Star connection. That's, of course, where the A-Star community is like, yeah, man, not Jasmine. They're flexing. They're like A-Star all the way, right? Okay. I'm not trying to make this, you know, tribalistic, right? You know, in that regard. But here's the thing. On the reports, it does show last March that the Sony PlayStation 6 is supposed to be released in 2027. Sometime in 2027. I don't know exactly when. Could get delayed. We don't know. All right. That's literally, you know what, 3.5, maybe 4 years, depending on the delay, if there is a delay. But again, clients and partners, Jasmine. Now, is there more to it than just this? Oh, you better believe there's more to it than just this. I wasn't just going to end it right there. Please smash that like if you haven't done so already. Speaking of which, let's see how we're doing on likes. We are at 40 likes. Okay, not too bad. But what I want to show you here is a little bit more, and we will get to that juicy stuff. I mean, it's really getting kind of juicy right now, is it not? Yeah, Max, freaking Caroline and all that, Vaseline, juiciness, whatever you want to call it, right? So I want to show you guys this. Boom, here we go. Now you guys see on the screen. UX designer Hiroshi Yasutomi's desk. And it says, and I wish I could zoom in more. So, you know, look at the very bottom of your screen. You know, you thought I was going to give you a nothing burger. It is not a nothing burger. In fact, I'll come out of the screen just to put emphasis on this. Look at this. Look at this. I know I say that a lot of times, but really, bottom of the screen. What is his position? Creative advisor. Where does it mention Jasmine, you nothing burger fanatic Maximus? Always dropping nothing burgers. I'm kidding. You don't. I love you. He is in charge of Jasmine's. Yes, you read right. Jasmine's UX design while doing a side job. The photo shows a workbench for making mock-ups and prototyping. The lower part is storage, and parts and materials are stored except for the chairs. He basically designs all of the office furniture himself. Is this guy part, like, literally, like, when we talk about the Internet of Things, is this guy really part of, like, the Internet of freaking things that Jasmine's part, you know, got going on big time? Oh, yeah, he definitely is. And he created the Sony PlayStation. He literally made the logo. And it says plain as day, Jasmine. And that's part of his side job. His side job is to work with Jasmine. Oh, my God. Bombshell moment? Is that not like the most bombshell bullish news you've ever seen in Jasmine? Who is this Maximus guy? Why is this channel only like 14,000 subs? The hell if I know. I don't know. But the reality is this. It's not about that. We can have 5,000 subs. We can have 100,000 subs. Don't matter what the case be. You hold Jasmine for a freaking reason, do you not? Well connected. It's not, you know, what you know. Like I've always said, it's who you know. My God. Bombshell. absolutely dropping them bombs. Thank you. Not just, I'm not going to thank myself. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, KRI Finance. Thank you to our community. I love the Jasmine community. Want to know why? Because it's not about me getting the news out first or reporting about it first or so on. No, it ain't about that. It's educating you guys who hold this digital asset for that generational wealth. And I know you guys hold a lot more than just Jasmine. We talk about XRP and Quant and all these other ones. But man, I'm telling you flat out, when I read this, especially being a fanatic of Jasmine, I was like, oh my God, I see where this is going. Because you know what? All this speculative, talk about what could they possibly do in the metaverse. Maybe we don't even need a Sony PlayStation 6. Maybe we just need the guy who was literally, remember we talked about the pioneers of IoT, Kun Takayama, and we talked about Kazumasa Sato. And what was the other guy we talked about the other night? Yoshida, right? From Dreamforce. He retired from them, but he's still connected with them, right? He felt as though that his focus on another platform was going to help contribute towards Society 5.0 a little bit better than to him just sticking with Jasmine. But the point is, each one of these guys have talents. Each one of these guys can bring something to the table, can they not? That is incredible. Again, my analogy that I made numerous times. It's not about one actor or one director or one producer producing a Hollywood big budget movie. It's the talents of all these guys coming together and doing what? Big things to accomplish the goal towards what? Society 5.0. But what if Society 5.0, I should say, when Society 5.0 has this huge metaverse platform going on, and you can see one of the pioneers of something that you love to use all the time, which is this guy, and he literally invented the Sony PlayStation, and then there's that Jasmine connection. I don't know. This might be in my opinion, this might be the biggest news ever when it comes to Jasmine. Because you want to know something? People want to identify with a name, a mainstream brand, do they not? If we always talk about, Jasmine, the former Sony executives, for people that don't understand all this, don't want to take the time about that sounds very appealing. But when you hear this, oh my God. All right, there's more. I got a little excited about this and so on. And if anything, we're going to jump into it just a tad bit more in regards to this. All right, let me show you guys the next page. And I love this about, like these guys, Brian, KIR Finance, you name it, is bringing it to us and then having a lot of us tell other people, by all means, word of mouth. If you're not crypto Twitter, get on crypto Twitter. Tweet this out. Get the word out. There's this thing called Jasmine, and they're well connected. All right, check this out for a second. Sony retired Mayokoshi Saiki Kunumi factory as center of development for new AI-equipped printer. AI-equipped printer. That sounds interesting. When was this? October 19, 2022. Among companies in Akita Prefecture, this growing movement to employ external human resources. What is external human resources? Well, maybe some of the AI stuff. But what about, like, isn't there a thing called IoT, Internet of Things, to get that job done? Yeah, there is. So, yes, these resources with specialized knowledge and skills in the form of side jobs or some of these other things. In fiscal 2008, the Prefecture Professional Human Resources Strategy Center mediated 3 cases. But this year, or then, the number is growing at a momentum of over 40 cases. And they give you some of these examples, right? Side jobs and so on. Look what's referenced on the very, very bottom. You can't see it. Mr. Minoshima checking the operation of the AI-equipped printer. That's interesting. So this guy is not just playing around with the concept of Jasmine or playing around with the concept of, what the PlayStation did, but this guy, like, as the saying goes, knows the thing or two because he's experienced a thing or two. He invents stuff. Isn't that the whole point? Having guys that, like, super talented who can invent stuff or have patents. Remember we started off with the thing of the concept of patents, inventors. Oh, I'm starting to put this all together. It seems like one hell of a project, does it not? Yeah, I would definitely say so. Oh, you're getting paid to shill Jasmine. You just do it to pump your own bags. You know how naive that is? Really? Is that utility in motion, me sharing this with you? No. 20,000 blockchain PCs being sold. Is that utility in motion? No. Sounds good. Utility in motion is when the personal data lockers are hooked up and people are using that information to be monetized for rewards and so on. That's utility in motion. All right, let's jump back into a little bit more of what we have. And I will get back into you guys' comments because I'm sure there's some things there I need to get into. But yeah, let's get into a little bit more about this. I mean, obviously huge news, right? And great research. It's not just news. I mean, this is not time sensitive news. This is just great research. Let me see if there's just a tad bit more. Oh yeah, there is. Let me get back to this. All right. So yeah, it says, he's reposting this as in Brian, and he stated that, originally it glitched, but had no pictures. We saw the pictures. I just presented to him. I show you the business, right? Talk about Aerograph, like we showed earlier, just in case you just connected, or not that long ago. On this particular page, Jasmine listed as client partner, talked about that, as well as many other relevant companies such as KOTK. He also listed as a designer for Jasmine, this guy that we're talking about, who literally invented the Sony PlayStation. My God. In an IT media article in Japan covering a few employees of Jasmine, for instance. A little bit more about this. For Hiroshi Yasutomi, he believes this is him, his first time at Sony. And basically speaking, let me see, hold on, let me go further up. Yeah, my bad. This other guy, I'm sorry. Sometimes I see all these names and not realizing, hey man, it's another guy. So I apologize on that. I messed up a little bit on that, but that's okay. He says he believes it's him because this is the time at Sony, and he's part of that business division, lines up with having known all the Jasmine executives, as well as Kanji from the JP Patent Matching, and Kotak being his current business website. And of course, a client partner of Aerograph. We shared you guys that information. And then I'm sorry, the third guy, right? Sometimes you got to keep in mind, a lot of times when we see the old pictures, I'm thinking to myself, well, is this how the guy looked many years ago? Not the case, right? So again, a little bit of a mess up on that, right? I'm still getting some of the information, but the key thing is come on, man. These guys who are well connected. All right. So it says that he's part of like the Sony alumni, if you will. And we showed you guys that picture as well. What about this last part? Potentially here is filing dates of the companies. Of course, he's talking about his friend that gave him some of this info. And then he just gives you the citations. I mean, here's the point, right? Like even myself, when I didn't sign up for teaching this calendar year, but we always, especially at the collegiate level, and even in high school, right? But especially at the collegiate level, you got to give 2 sources, 2 citations, 2 references is the rule of thumb. And we do it in what we call APA format. So, Brian, if you're watching this at some point, I know you watch some of our content, my friend. I give you an A++ on this one. Why? He's got more than 2 references. Look at all this. Boom. All these 2, 3. Well, we can't cite Wikipedia. All right. So 3 or 4 different citations. Very, very awesome. Look more into yourself if you want to look more into it. If you want to, you're like, oh my God. Yeah, if I was watching, I'd be like, oh my God, too. All right. That concludes, believe it or not, our Jasmine coverage for the night. Okay, peace. I'm out of here. I don't really care about listening to this XRP stuff and all that. No, come on. Yeah, we have some more to share with you. So, yes, that concludes the Jasmine coverage for the night. But you know what, guys? Oh my God. Awesome information to share. All right. What's next on the agenda for tonight is Ripple's XRP, and then we'll get into some QNT as well. Again, please smash that like. Hopefully you guys really appreciate the coverage that we brought you tonight. This will also be chopped up. The one from yesterday just got released, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hit the publish on that one. Boom, that one's released to the public. And the one you saw tonight will be chopped up maybe later tonight or put out tomorrow and so on. So if you missed it, you can get the one that looks a little bit better on the edit. All right, we're going to jump back into the comments. I do believe I missed some super chats. I'm so sorry about that. Let me see how bad it is. All right. So I want to welcome back Le Grand Commission. Le Grand Commission. Oui, merci beaucoup. Thank you for being back. LeBron, also Robert Brewer, welcome back. Cash Cats, welcome. Corey Bebe, welcome. Glad to have you. I'm just trying to scroll down to that super chat. Give me a second. And it comes from Henry Brown with a $2 super chat, and that was back at 6:53. So I'm not doing too bad. It's not like I'm an hour behind. And he says, yo, we here. CTN, we jazz me $2 max. You don't talk like that. Maybe you do. Anyway, thank you so much, Henry Brown, with the $2 super chat. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. And by all means, are you getting well soon? Like we said, get well soon. Are you getting well? Give us an update, my friend. We want to know how you're doing. Thank you again, Henry. I always appreciate you, man, especially with the retweets and tagging me on stuff. You rock, man. You're very active in the community. You know, we talk about Tim Shea, obviously being the mayor of crypto, and him and Brian Dowie are like, the broskies, step brothers, right? Again, they'll never tell us who's who. Who's the Will Ferrell? Who's the John C. Wright? But want to know something? Tim Shea is literally, we call him the mayor of crypto, okay? We call him the crypto commissioner. You, my friend, you are also all over the place with the communities. So, you know what? Let's officially knight you, my friend, with the famous Max Scratcher. I knight thee, Mr. Henry Brown, as crypto, not commissioner, not mayor. I'll let the community side on that one. What should his title be? And then we'll check later on. Sound cool? Boom. Maybe you're like, I don't want a title. I don't know. Whatever the case. If you don't want a title, that's cool too. All right. Let's also welcome April Cornwell. Welcome. Brian Dowie says something about Caroline Juicy. That's horrible. All right. She's welcoming, or hold on. You have the kids. You went to Burger King? Oh, nice. I'll get a Whopper, man. Whoppers are good. Love me a Whopper. No pickles. No pickles on my Whopper. And no cheese. I actually just like it. To me, the cheese kind of like takes away from the original taste of the Whopper. I just like it, Whopper, but no pickles. I don't like Burger King's pickles. All right, let's welcome Antoine Zim, and let's get back into the next super chat. I apologize for that. Also from Henry Brown, $5 super chat. He says, Max and Brian Dowie, Dipset. It's more than just music. As Michael Montclair, I'm about dollar bills. Who the heck is 50 Cent? Oh, I know where you're going with that. Yeah, nice. All right. Sounds like something Ghostface Killer would say about, like, on the Supreme Clientele album. But there's somebody else that says something like that. I'm all about dollar bills. Is that Jay-Z? I don't know. I think that was Jay-Z. Yeah. But originally, even before Jay-Z, Ghostface Killer did a reaction to 50 Cent, because 50 Cent back in 1999, before he blew up in 2002, 2003 with Get Rich or Die Crying, he had a diss song, but it was a diss towards everybody, so who cares? Featuring the Mad Rapper. I'll get back to crypto. Give me a second, guys. Featuring the Mad Rapper, and it was called oh man, I'm gonna look that up. I thought it was Jacking for Beats, but that's actually shoot, that was Sticky Fingers' diss. I gotta look that up real quick. 50 Cent featuring Mad Rapper. what is it? How to Rob. That's right. That's right. And that was a reaction from Ghostface. All right. I had to catch up on like when I was like 18, 19 years old. Anyway. All right, let's go further down. We got some other comments. I don't know. I guess I'll read this from Brian Riley. And this, I don't know. There might be another super chat, but I still want to read this. Brian Riley, rolling in Society 5.0, rake top down so my hair can blow. Calling up Selmo, time to row. Calling Tim Shea with his X. Gonna bash it all day. Never mind, I'm not gonna say anymore. All right. Stardog is in the house. Really? Man, you showed up for a good show, my friend. Shout out to you, Stardog. Glad to have you here, sir. Our mate from across the pond, Mr. Stardog. All right. Let's welcome Jessica Campo Verde. Welcome. Never seen you here before. Welcome. Glad to have you. And then we also got another super chat from Robert Brewer at 7:07 p.m. That was only 5 minutes ago, so I'm doing pretty good. Super sticker. So I will check the other screen, and I want to see what the sticker looks like. And it says number 1 with the balloons. Thank you. You rock, man. Thank you so much for your support, Robert Brewer. Hopefully you guys appreciate it. I guess because of the big bombshell news and all that, you guys obviously appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys basically just dropped about $30-$40 worth of super chats that contributed to Double L's butt wipe. So congratulations. And I'm kidding, but not towards his butt wipe, but anyway. All right, so GG says just driving and listening to great show, watching Shiba fight up back to 0. What is that? 3? Yeah, 4 zeros. Yep, we finally ate that 0 back, getting back to where we should be. Because you know what? For some people, kind of getting a little worried. For me, I said to myself, I honestly said this to myself. True story. A while back when we went into the 5s and like Shiba Inu was like at 0.5068 or something like that. I was like, man, this is a really good buying opportunity for SHIB. You did really well with SHIB, Max, back in 2021. I know you're tempted. You're tempted as all hell to buy another billion of them. And I was like, no, even though I'm tempted, do I want 11x or do I want to see like, over 100x or 1000x and so on with Jasmine? I was like, I haven't hit my goals for Jasmine. Bro, you already have enough SHIB. Get your goals for Jasmine. And I did that. And there's nothing against SHIB, but that's just the way I look at it. But I'm more than happy to see SHIB doing well lately. That's awesome. And I know a lot of you guys are pretty happy about it too. I also hold some leash. And apparently I have some rewards from my providing liquidity on Shiba Swap for Bone. So I guess technically speaking, I own all 3. But like the saying goes, guys, know what you have, know why you hold it, right? That's the bottom line. All right, let's welcome back Dave D. Welcome back. Incurable Optimist, Councilman. I like that. Councilman Henry Brown. That sounds pizzazzy. Does it not, Henry? You like that, my friend? Let me see if you go with that. That sounds pretty cool. I like that, Incurable Optimist. All right. Brian. I almost said Brian F. and Sooner. Brian F. and Sooner? More like Brian F. and Patriots or something. All right. Anyway. Boomer F. and Sooner says, me and Brian Riley are like Richie and Chuck Cunningham. Oh, that's cool. You guys are all broskies. All right. See? Brian likes it. I like it. The cool thing is this, I'm reading your guys' comments, but, one day when we have our crypto get together, right? When we, pop in the champagne glasses and so on, we have our meetup or whatever we call it, like a crypto expo or what the heck it's going to be titled. I don't know. It'd be nice to actually see you guys' reactions, like real reactions other than text, right? It's going to be cool. Just a few years down the line. I mean, can you imagine like people who, and I have nothing against them. I mean, some of us still do the 401k. Some of us still do various other retirement plans. Some of you guys may very well be in your early 20s and you're stacking up on some of the stuff, right? But the point is, if you bought into the concept of working for one company for 45 years or something like that, and oh man, I mean, that's 45 years to wait for, I guess you could say, euphoria. I don't know. Maybe it's not even really euphoria for those companies. It's just retirement. But life-changing wealth. Honestly, not that far away from it. I mean, I think, even if we were to highball it, right? Like, I mean, in reality, what, guys? Like 3 years? And then if you're like, well, what about extended generational wealth? I'm talking about 2030 and so on. Okay. Less than 7 years? I know for some people, like, I don't want to wait to 2030 max. But in reality, is it really all that bad? I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there. Who hasn't? Oh my God, you guys never seen Happy Days? You come on, man. The Fonz. I mean, he's the king of cool. What's there not to like? All right. Let's see what you guys got in the comments in regards to what else you guys picked. We only have one guy, right? Well, just one guy. Interesting. All right. Tim Shea wins everything. Basically, he still does. He always will. See? Look at this. He wins everything. He does. All right. We're going to get more into the outline here in a bit. In regards to like some XRP and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to top what we just had. All right, GG, you coming talking that trash? We'll pull your card, knowing nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy. I ain't said, yeah. Because the CTN boys are always hard. Mess with Tim Shea and Brian Dowey, they'll jack your car. Don't front me, boy. Being legit, something. I never mind. I messed that up. All right, that SHIB ecosystem going to be popping. Yeah, because you know what? They're trying to provide utility. That's the main thing. All right, let the DGen Inu. Hold on. Let the DGen Inu free. Bad partnership with Shiba Inu. All right. Party at Boomers. Where's that? That sounds like cool to me. You're going to dunk on Larry? I wish you would. I wish you just dunk the living. Just dunk on him like nobody's business. Can you do that for me? Can you just freaking do that for me? Just freaking just slam it on him, man. Like a tomahawk jam right down his freaking throat. All right, that's bad. All right, no, not that bad, right? Like, whoa, Max, Papa Doc, what you gonna do? All right. Enough about that. Patrick Collier, welcome. All right, so we're gonna do then is I'm gonna double check the other screen because we have a lot of comments and I want to get into the XRP coverage. You guys like some of that stuff? There he is, right? Somebody's gonna dunk it on me. Yeah. All right. Let's get into what we have for some XRP. So if you're gonna wait for some of that XRP, here's some of that Mike Cornwell XRP. All right, here we go. And in the process of doing so, I got to pull up the right tab. So let's get some of this stuff off the screen. Oh, crap. I didn't even get that one off the screen. That was from Legrand Commission. All right, let me pull up his little DM with the great info he has because it starts off the outline pretty well. All right. Oh, man, but Crypto Mike's got some more stuff from 32 minutes ago. All right, let me retweet that. All right, I guess that was meant to happen then. All right, let me pull up Legrand's real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I had to pull up another new thing. Yeah. Let's pull up Legrand's. All right, and then here we go. This is gonna be good. All right. So, yes, starting off with Legrand, sideline reporter, Legrand Commission. Please smash that like. This is the Ripple XRP segment you've been waiting for. Lino Richie. I haven't said the whole Lionel Richie thing in a while. You want to know why? Because we haven't seen Menelect in a while. And I did send him a message, I think maybe yesterday, the day before. I was just like, hey, man, hope everything's fine. He hasn't been active on Twitter. Man, I hope he's okay, for real. Like, say a prayer for Menelect. Maybe he went on a vacation. You never know. Like, I hope he's okay, man, because I love that guy, man. He's awesome. Seriously, I haven't seen Menelect in a while. If you've seen Menelect somewhere else on some other station, let him know, hey, man, Max was hoping that you're okay. I do hope he's okay. All right, let's jump back into this. Ripple's XRP. So LeBron came up with this, and I asked him, hey, man, what's, you have like a source, a citation. He's basically like, he's got his own thing that he does with math and whatever. So he's the source, he's the information, but this is good stuff, right? And we'll kick it into some of the other findings we have from Crypto Mike. But check it out. It says, based on the search results, and I wish I could make this bigger, but I can't on a DM. I could if it was from a tweet. It's just some weird thing that Twitter needs to fix. But yes, based on the search results, it is difficult to provide an accurate answer to this question. It says, however, we can make some assumptions and use the market cap of XRP to estimate its price if it were to process 10% of the derivatives market. Well, I know it's kind of a weird way to start this off, right? But yeah, the derivatives market and so on. Like, why shouldn't we talk about the derivatives market? I think we should talk about it. So it says, as of August 4th, which was just like, what was that, 6 days ago? I'm pretty sure 6 days ago. The current market cap of XRP is $34.90 billion US dollars. Assuming that XRP processes just 10% of the derivatives market, which is estimated to be over 1 quadrillion in notional value, we can calculate the following. And listen to this part. 10% of 1 quadrillion equals 100 trillion. If XRP processes 100 trillion and its current market cap is 34.90 billion, then the market cap of XRP would need to increase by approximately 2,865 times. Get more into this. It says, using the current price of XRP, which is 0.661742, roughly, it fluctuates, right? We can estimate the potential price of XRP if it were to process 10% of the derivatives market at this amount, 0.66 and some change of US dollars times 2,865 equals $1,896.23. My God. Therefore, if XRP were to process 10% of the derivatives market with its current market cap, its price could potentially increase to $1,896.23. However, it's important to note that this is a rough estimate, and there are many factors that could affect the price of XRP, including market volatility. Messed up that word again. Another word messed up tonight. Volatility, regulatory changes, and competition from other cryptocurrencies. Now, we're not going to end it just there, because you want to know something? Why would we do that? I'm not going to do that. It's something we don't do. But I want to show you this. And here it is from Crypto Mike. And he has quite a few things. We're going to get into all these key things. So here's the next part. And if you're not bullish on XRP, I'm being honest, I don't know what you're doing. If you hate on XRP, you hate on it for whatever reason. All right. I don't mean no disrespect, but XRP and Quant are consistently like tied for my number ones for a reason. All right. 37 minutes ago, XRP price was skyrocket by matching Visa transactions. Well, everybody uses Visa. Everybody uses MasterCard. Two of the biggest names when it comes to credit cards, debit cards, you name it. When we talk about swiping your debit card, not even realizing it's tied to crypto, is this a hint of what we're talking about? Well, not exactly. But the point is being able to match those transactions, because those particular ones, your Visas, your MasterCards, are they not worth a lot? So if those are worth a bunch. Well, what about Ripple's XRP for cross-border payments and so on? Yeah, you get where I'm going with this. Let's play this for a little bit. Smash that like. Here we go for the most part. Hold on a second.
Yesterday.
Yeah, this is Crypto Lewis Jackson. We'll play probably a good amount of this. On this one, I'm actually going to take you right to YouTube. That way I get full screen. It's some kind of new feature that I saw on StreamYard. Anyway, you don't need to know that stuff. But by all means, give Crypto Lulu, who's now just referred to as Lewis Jackson, right, a follow. He's killing it, man. 69,000 followers. My God, shout out to him. XRP price was skyrocket by matching Visa transactions. We made, you know what? I'm just going to call it. It's been a while since we shared Lewis's information and so on. He deserves it. Let's play this whole thing. And if anything, smash that like for some Ripple XRP, and we'll get into a little bit more. We may take some pauses to acknowledge some questions and so on, but nonetheless, please smash that like. Double checking the likes real quick. We are currently at 47 likes, and we have currently 44 people watching. Not too bad. But yes, please smash the like. Let's listen to this from the one and only Lewis Jackson over on YouTube. Here we go.
So just yesterday, I posted this tweet and it caused absolute havoc and chaos. 89 retweets and 58 people with something to say. But what did they have to say about this, right? I thought it would be stop talking about high price points for XRP and all of the usual stuff. But what they actually were saying was 1,500 transactions per second on the XRP ledger isn't real. That can't be done. It's actually more like 400. Even David Schwartz said it. And I was like, well, I don't necessarily think that's actually even true. So I started digging in to TPS, transactions per second, on the XRP ledger, and I couldn't believe what I found. Not only was everybody wrong in the comments, but I was also wrong. By saying 1,500, I wasn't wrong, but technically I was. And that's what we're going to get into in today's video, if my voice can make it. Now, we've all seen this page, right? This is the XRP ledger, basically looking at the transactions on the XRP ledger as they come in. Gives you all kinds of information like the ledger interval, which is the time from payment to settlement. That's 3.8 seconds. So when we talk about 3 to 5 seconds, it's actually closer to 3. And you can see all the transactions that are happening in real time live on the ledger. Each one of these is a block, validating, sending those transactions. And we have a visual of that right here. And a lot of people don't know this exists, but Ripple actually have an XRP page where they kind of update it over time to talk about XRP, the token, what it's good for and all of that. One really interesting thing to note is that right at the top, when it explains what XRP is, as this first initial overview, they say fast and green. If you think the carbon emission thing isn't important to massive businesses, countries, and financial institutions, why on earth would they have green second to fast on the front page of XRP? But that's beside the point. What I want to get down to is the features section, the benefits section that they have on the Ripple website. And this is what they say. It's scalable. The XRP ledger can consistently handle 1,500 transactions per second, 24/7. So there it is confirmed on the website. Like, you can't tell me it's 300. You can't tell me it's 500. It's 1,500 as stated on ripple.com/XRP. There's no denying that. But this isn't the limit to what is possible. And that's a really important distinction. Because actually, if you look at this screenshot that I found of this exact same page that was actually taken 2 years ago, there's a little something underneath that is mentioned that adds to the 1,500. And you can see it right here. XRP consistently handles 1,500 transactions 24/7 and can scale to handle the same throughput as Visa, okay? Visa, and it's got an asterisk, basically saying that Visa do 65,000 transactions a second, and Ripple's XRP has the ability to scale to that degree. That was literally on the website of Ripple. Just because it's gone from the website of Ripple doesn't mean it's not possible still. It absolutely is. They're just not showcasing that anymore. So how is this all possible? How do you get 64,000 transactions per second on the XRP ledger? And that brings us to a paper, a scientific paper that talks about high speed, high security signatures for transactions on a blockchain. Now, it goes into the specific requirements of the computer to handle these things, but considering this was all the way back in 2011, pretty sure we've advanced from here. Essentially, what we have is a protocol or a set of code with some hardware that can actually sign transactions at super high speed. And I'll tell you why that's important in a second. So you can see with the hardware they were handling with here, they could sign 109,000 signatures per second and verify 61,000 signatures per second using this technology. Why is that important? Well, this is the exact paper and the exact technology that is referred to in the payments channels xrpledger.org website. So it introduces what payment channels are, and right at the end it says we have the ability to create over 100,000 signatures per second and verify over 70,000 per second. How is this possible? Well, it's something called claims. Get very familiar with the term claims on the XRP ledger via payment channels. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Let's talk about what payment channels are in the first place. And it's very easy to understand. You've basically got two entities that will consistently transact using XRP over time. You'll hear about these things in the traditional system as payment corridors, and basically acting as a bilateral payment system between one entity and another that happens consistently. So a company might make lots of different payment channels to all of their main vendors or their main other banks that they want to send money to. But just using a payment channel couldn't exceed 1,500 transactions per second. And bear in mind, the 1,500 transactions per second is for the whole ledger, not just between one payment channel. So for example, if you had 30,000 institutions using XRP, they would all have to use the 1,500 transactions per second. And obviously, if you're sending lots of transactions, that would get clogged up very quickly. So the XRP ledger thought, why do we have to send lots of individual payments? Why do we have to do that? Why does every single transaction have to take away one transaction per second? And their solution to this, of course, was claims. Let me explain it as an analogy and you'll completely understand it when I'm done. So imagine you've gone out to a bar with your friends. Not my scene at all, but you know, it's the best way to explain it. You go out to a bar with 10 friends and you all want to buy each other drinks. The inefficient way to do it would be to, for every round and for every drink, you go up to the bar lady and say, I want to buy a pint of Guinness, and you pay for it. And you go, I have another pint of Guinness, and pay for it, and do that 10 times for your group of friends. Then every friend basically has to buy their round, so they buy a pint as well, and they do the transactions one by one. It's a really inefficient use of things. So what do you do in this situation? Well, you open a tab, right? You tell the person all of your orders, you open a tab and say, whenever we say we want a pint, just note it down, just tally it down on a piece of paper. And at the end of the night, we'll just do all of the payment at once in one go, one transaction. And so claims are essentially the XRP ledger's bar tab. So you've got institution A, let's call it Citibank, and then you've got JP Morgan on the other side. They create a payment channel together because they send each other lots of money every single day. But instead of sending them transaction at a time, using up that 1,500 TPS on the XRP ledger, they decide that at the end of every single day, or every 2 hours only, or every 3 or 4 or 5 hours, maybe even every 10 minutes, I don't know what the cadence they would choose, they would bundle up all of the transactions within that time period and send it all as one. Now, we talked about that technology for signatures and validation, because as long as you have that tech to verify and sign, you can do all of the verification and the signing without moving value on the XRP ledger. You can essentially account for all the transactions signed and verified before the value is actually sent, meaning you can actually now scale up to 64, 70,000 transactions a second on the XRP ledger utilizing payment channels. Now, considering Ripple has partnered with so many central banks and CBDC projects and massive institutions, payment rails are likely to be the way that value is transmitted on the XRP ledger. So if that's the likely way of doing things, I just don't see a legitimate argument where you can say the XRP ledger has such a small TPS versus other blockchains. It would be better to just use other blockchains. I don't see that as a valid argument, especially as the nature of Ripple and XRP is for institutional use. Institutions likely to use payment channels and payment corridors versus individual transactions. So that all makes sense to me, but why do we care? Okay, why do we care about TPS? Why do we care about institutions bundling up their transactions? Well, if you have to bundle up your transactions as an entity, as an institution, you have to hold enough XRP to facilitate that transfer when the transfer happens. So you have to have XRP as collateral to ensure that the payment goes through, to make sure that value gets sent. So why is that important? I know I'm going into a very small detail here. That's important because we want institutions to buy and hold XRP for its utility. Spending it is one thing, like using it to transact, but that's not the growth in the price creator. The creator of massive price in XRP is institutions buying vast amounts of XRP so they can facilitate the transfers that they need to make between their payment channels in those corridors cross-border, and institution to institution. So this is wonderful news for XRP. The XRP price would go up if institutions hoarded vast amounts of XRP. If they hoard vast amounts of XRP, there is less XRP in the circulating supply. If there's less XRP in the circulating supply and the demand is going up, supply down, demand up, price goes to the moon. There's so much happening. AMMs are going to be so influential. Tokenization on the XRP ledger is going to be so influential. Payment channels are going to be so influential. All of this is happening all at the same time. And I want to just add a little note here at the end. Cross-border payments at Ripple is a preliminary idea to get their foot into the door. I don't think cross-border payments are the end goal. It's things like XLS30D. It's things like payment channels with that expandable TPS. It's the carbon emission narrative that's going around that XRP fits perfectly. It's R3 and the Bank of International Settlements and Ripple coming together to figure out how to do this. It's all of these things coming all in at the same time that's going to bring in that institutional adoption of DeFi technology. All this demand is coming in for the XRP ledger. The supply is only going to go down, meaning the price is only going to go up. If that resonates with you, hit like right now. I'm going to stop. You have to hit the like button right now, please. There's lots of other content that I've made that you might be interested in watching. Most of that content is with me with my normal voice, not this one. But if you at all got any value from this video, hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, hit follow if you're watching on Twitter. And I'll be back again every single weekday, regardless of whether my voice works or not. Stay emotionless, and I'll see you in the next one.
Freaking love that guy. Seriously, love Lewis Jackson. In my opinion, he's the GOAT when it comes to the XRP knowledge. We could agree to disagree. I mean, there's other, great content creators and so on. But I mean, for XRP specifically, I don't know about you guys, but he takes the cake. I mean, he is awesome, absolutely awesome when it comes to what he brings to the table with the knowledge and so on. Follow him. He deserves it. Absolutely deserves it. You can follow him over at Lewis Jackson on YouTube. As far as Twitter, you can guys Twitter handle. I'm following on that as well. But man, unbelievable, right? All right, we have some more Ripple XRP coverage for you. We're gonna take a pause to get back into the comments. Let's check out some of the comments that you guys have for us tonight. And again, thank you so much, Mike Cornwell. Bringing us some absolute fire tonight when it comes to Ripple's XRP. XRP, yeah, absolutely. Smash that like if you haven't done so already. It's been a great show, man. I've been really enthusiastic with everything that we have reported to you tonight. You want to be part of the CTN sideline reporting community. It's really easy. I mean, for one, let me show you this quick, easy thing to do. Basically speaking, you just make sure you have a Twitter or an X, whatever you want to call it, right? The URL is still twitter.com. Anyway, you can follow me over here at DPG Maximus. If you want a nothing burger, follow Larry at Crypto Talk Now 21. He's not going to respond to it. So follow this one at DPG Maximus. And what's going to happen is you just do a simple like at DPG Maximus and then whatever you want it to be tagged. Like it could be Jasmine, XRP, whatever, right? I mean, it could be something funny, you know what I mean? It could be like a giant Coney Island, if you know what I mean. I mean, might not get shared immediately. I'm just being honest with that. But, if it's actual news, yes. And it's some of the good stuff, yeah, we'll definitely empower you to be a sideline reporter. So some of the recent sideline reporters are Brian Riley. How cool is that? But, yes, thank you so much again to not just Brian Riley, CTN family member, Legrand Commission, obviously Mike Cornwell, and whoever else has helped out, right? You guys know who you are. You guys rock. All right. Kicking it back to the comments, we got Summer Fudd who says Cheech and Chong of the thongs. Wow. Or in some case, when you guys follow Mr. Crypto Cuck, as Mike Cornwell would say, King Kong's epic schlong. Yeah, unbelievable. I don't want to see that on the screen right now. Anyway, going further down into the comments, Incurable Optimist. 1/3 of your life equals sleeping. 1/3 is basically spent working. 1/3 is enjoying life. What gives is basically to sleep less and try to work less. It sounds good, you know, and in the process of doing so, maybe we won't even play that Rihanna song of the work. I got so sick of that song. Anyway, all right. Cash Cat says party at Boomer. Sounds good to me. Boomer stated that he has 2 acres, you know, so it sounds like fun. Method Man and Red Man, gotta love Meth and Red, right? Absolutely. All right. 360 Slam, like Vince Carter style, right? Back in the day, Brian. Right over Larry. Yeah, that'd be cool. Speaking of Larry, there he is. Welcome to Larry. All right. Boomer F and Center says he'll set up a basketball court in the backyard. I think I read some of this before. My bad. No, I haven't actually. And you're gonna do a windmill on Hulk. That's funny. All right, Corey B-Bay. Max, did Ripple invest into Stellar Stronghold? If so, I need to dig into this. You guys know me. If I don't have the answer, I ain't going to BS you. That's something I do not have the answer on. So if somebody knows about that, we can look more into that. But as far as Ripple into Stellar Stronghold, that would be something I'm not aware of. That would be news to me. Anyway. Boomer F and Sooner, I'll do a round of house on Hulk. Oh, boy. All right. So Boomer F and Sooner states, you know, I did tell the wife today that when Jasmine hits, we're going to North Carolina to party with Larry at Hooters. Good luck with that. All right, let's go further down. Larry and MJ is greater than Hulk and LeBron. I guess I could agree with that. Boomer F and Sooner, I could dunk on my pool goal. Oh, yeah, you got a pool. Oh, wait, hold on. You got to kick like a field goal. That's cool, man. You got a field goal thing in your pool. That's cool. I like that. That's cool. I used to have like a little pool basketball thing, but anyway, my pool is drained and there's nothing in the pool. And then now my pump doesn't work. Anyway, I have not Olympic size, but I have Olympic diving pool. Not Olympic size pool. I want to make that the record on that. Olympic diving pool. You know, a lot of times when people come over, they're like, holy crap, man, that is one hell of a pool you got there. I'm like, yeah, I know, but damn thing takes a lot of freaking water. So anyway, Brian Dowie says, Larry, you know, that has nothing to do with Hulk. I think I said nothing to do with crypto. That's funny. CTN fan, when Jasmine hits big, we all up in Hooters down in North Carolina. Oh, actions speak more loudly than words, my friend. Speak more loudly than words. But we'll see what happens with that. All right. Legrand Commission. Thanks, Max. You're very welcome. And let's see where we're at. BitGet sucks in his opinion. That sucks what happened to you, man. I don't. Are you cool with us sharing that? I'll check with you in the comments. I want to respect you. So. But yeah, welcome OG Crypto. If I didn't welcome you earlier, Mr. Gangsta. I'm so sorry about like the bad news you gave me though, man. That's gotta be so frustrating. All right, Boomer F said 1 trillion. What the hell is that coming from? Someone cashing in some aluminum cans. All right, Incurable Optimist, 1896, not going to happen in this bull run, maybe the next bull run. What about in the actual true utility run? And are you aware of utility run? I'm just saying. I don't mean that disrespectfully. All right, maybe like maybe 3 or 4 more comments. Crypto Talk Now, Larry. Danica almost at 50K. She's going to be a star. And what else we got? Yeah, his voice got kind of broken up there, but you know, hey man, he still brought the heat. All right, no need for BSV, XRP, Cool Cat Crypto. Oh boy, I can imagine what happened from here. I hold BSV too, so I'm not dogging BSV. BSV about to announce 1 million TPS. Yeah, we covered that before. You talked about that. And can scale much higher than that. Still no contest. Huh. XRP hasn't tested anything beyond 1500 TPS as of right now. But what about what Lewis Jackson was mentioning and like how Ripple took it off of there? I mean, I know that we got to get what's verified. I get that, but I'll let you guys have a little conversation. That's going to be an interesting one. Freaking Edward Vincent. You had to go there, right? Yeah, I understand. All right, Wayne side, XRP, XLM, or XDC. I'm not picking one of those, man. I'm not picking one. Yes, you are, Max. You said you were earlier. No, not to a degree. I am loading up on XDC, and I am going to get a decent sized bag of XSP. I don't like the idea there's only 2 exchanges. Whatever. I may also get some GBacks, but yeah, I'm definitely loading up a lot on XDC big time before September 20th. Again, not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. Why am I doing that? Again, I think XDC has proven itself when it comes to buy the rumor, sell the news. I mean, let's face it, most of us are not big fans of buy the rumor, sell the news because, like, you've seen how that worked out for the most part, like especially with meme coins, tokens, and so on. But this is XDC we're talking about, real utility in motion. And knowing that, I mean, it's proven itself when it comes to buy the rumor, sell the news. I don't know what else to say. I mean, the last 2 times, March 20th, July 20th, and then Electronics Trade Documents Act going into effect, actually being into effect, is a different, to me, that is utility in motion from that date on. So am I too far off on the buy the rumor, sell the news? I don't think so. And what's doing really well the last for a while now, even today, is XDC. The market is slightly down. I think XDC is still doing well. I'm gonna pull this up for a second. Yeah, I mean, the rest of the market kind of sucks. But check this out, guys. I mean, XDC right here. Look at that. Top 50 still. Up 6%. I mean, it's not a lot, but still doing some things. What about watch lists? Let's see what's going on watch lists real quick. Relio is up again, 25%. Shout out to XXI Gaming and his Havoc. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think I saw Flux touch 39 cents, Tim Shea. If I'm not mistaken, last night. It was really tempting. I added A-Star recently to my watch list, mainly because of the whole thing with Sony. Anyway, just thought I'd show you guys that real quick. All right, just I know I said a few more comments, but I'm just trying to double check what we have. Great explanation. Thank you. Jose, Leni, Solidum, Hopium, bro, LOL. Well, maybe short-term Hopium, but long-term, we're more than good. If you properly research all this stuff, we are more than good. All right. What do you guys got in the comments? Let's see here. What do you guys got? Come on, Lewis, pump our bags. All right. That guy just regurgitates his what? I guess you're not too big of a fan of him for whatever reason. All right. Chris Navigate. Hey, dudes. Thanks for the welcome. Yeah, welcome. Welcome, Chris. Even welcome to you, Jose. We could agree to disagree. Welcome. Okay. Welcome all newcomers. Glad to have you. Max, just play this video and let's all get a dose of the cold, hard truth. Well, I guess we could play that. I mean, we're going to get back into this XRP outline, but you know what? We'll show that. Let me see. Hopefully it still shows on the other side. On the other page for YouTube. All right, let me pull this up. There we go. This is Coquette Crypto. 25 minutes? My God. All right, let me try to fast forward to some key areas. I know you guys know how to do timestamps, but hold on a second. Let me try to see what I got. I got to thumb through this. Just give me a second. What do we have here? Hold on. I'm just reviewing this real quick for a second. Man, I wish you guys had like a timestamp. Hold on. See about the fees. What about the TPS? Transaction processing. Oh man, this is a lot of stuff, man. Yeah, if you could do me a favor, man, just give me like a timestamp or something. That way we could just show like the key thing that you want highlighted. Because I mean, I mean, I know we played Lewis Jackson for like 10 and a half minutes and so on, but I mean, it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? If you can't get it, I'll try to pull it up a little bit later. All right. Let me just bookmark. That is your comment is a little bookmark, and we're going to get back into this outline because some people obviously want to see a little bit more about this. All right, so obviously shared you some crypto Lulu. We're going to jump into the next part. All right, here we go. This is also again from Sideline Reporter Crypto Mike Cornwell. Says basically breaking its own records. This is, I don't know what you were talking about there, but breaking XRP breaks records, surpassing 1.2 million transactions per day. This is originally reported from Crypto Geek, and interesting. Some people kind of mixed here. It makes zero difference to manipulate price as XRP. Price still under $1. People don't. Yeah, it's just, you know how people are. All right. Going to this next one. I want to show you guys this. This is good stuff. Again, from Mike Cornwell. It says breaking XRP will be used by the banks. The banks. August 8th. Let's pull this up a little bit more. Put it up on the other page. All right. So here's the press release. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Let me come back in the front. So it states, Federal Reserve Board provides additional information on its program to supervise novel activities in the banks it basically oversees. 2 days ago on the report, Federal Reserve Board, of course, last Tuesday, provided additional information on its program to supervise novel activities in the banks it oversees. This is a screenshot, so unfortunately I can't just, magnify it the way you guys want it. Novel activities include complex technology-driven partnerships with non-banks to provide banking service to customers and activities that involve crypto assets and DLT. The goal of the novel activities supervision program is to foster the benefits of financial innovation while recognizing and appropriately addressing risks to ensure the safety and soundness of the banking system. The program will be integrated into the Federal Reserve's existing supervisory processes, with program experts working alongside current supervisory teams to oversee banks engaged in novel activities. You know what? When we get more into the outline, depending on if we're even able to finish tonight, because I do have to recognize I have to pick up this kid from his job. I think we're good. Yeah, we're still good. We're going to get into the specifics of this statement in regards to the teams that oversee banks engaged in novel activities. That's some good, juicy info I want to share with you guys that Quant Pop has shared with me and so on. Also on Tuesday, the board provided additional information on the process for a state bank supervised by the Federal Reserve to follow before engaging in certain dollar, token, or stablecoin activity, including demonstrating to its Federal Reserve supervisors that it has appropriate safeguards to conduct the activity safely and soundly. Goes on to mention today's announcements. Let's face it, Tuesday. Sorry. Are part of the Federal Reserve's ongoing work to create greater clarity for all parties as financial services and related technologies continue to evolve. These announcements build on the board's January policy statement, which provides clarity on limitations on certain activities, promoting a level playing field for banks with a federal supervisor. Again, I got some more information in that regard. So I'm glad that Mike is sharing this with us, or all of us, This actually helps with the rest of what we have tonight. Notice how many times they mention clarity. Notice how many times, you see these references on, stable coins and, the supervisors that are in the background in regards to the safeguards and so on. Again, we're going to get into some of that stuff. So there's a little bit more from Mike, and let's try to jump into it. So here it is. Just gonna get these two off of here. This is funny. It's funny, but it's also amazing, right? Like, who doesn't know about Elon Musk at this point? Who doesn't know that? I mean, I think last I checked, he was no longer the richest man in the world. He was like second. He kind of fluctuates, right? So this is funny from Crypto Mike. If only Elon Musk, as in Mike Cornwell, had this many. It says breaking again from Crypto Geek. Elon Musk wallet discovered to own over 16.7 million XRP. Source actually originally comes from 24 Hours Crypto. A lot of you guys do follow him. I guess when I was cleaning up my crypto, I must have unfollowed him. I got to go ahead and give him a follow again. There we go. We're going to blow this up. And I know this one is going to be a little hard to see because the guy took a picture with his camera onto another computer. But that's okay. Because look, here it is. So literally, this is supposed to be, I guess, Mr. Elon Musk, which is like unbelievable. And there it is. And it would be pretty crazy to own that amount. What was it again? Yeah, 16.7 million XRP. My God. And I mean, that in itself, I think a lot of people would want to learn more about XRP if, just hearing Elon Musk talking about it or proof that he's into it and so on. At least that's the way I look at it. I mean, how many people jump into certain, meme coins? Remember, what was it like at the beginning of the year or February? I can't remember. There was Floki. Oh, here's the new CEO or whatever. All of a sudden, like Floki went like, I don't know if it went parabolic, but it was like 100, up 80 to 120% fluctuated. That's not too bad. Right. And then, day later, Liechtenstein Exchange, LCX listed Floki. But this is XRP we're talking about, and this literally is supposed to be. I mean, I'm not doing the investigative work on this. If Mike Cornwell is sharing this, that's good enough for me. And like you see right here, look at this. Look at that amount of XRP. That's pretty big. I mean, the two top ones and the bottom one, right? Or I guess mainly the bottom one activated. Yeah, there we go. My bad. 16.78, 16,783,000 XRP. My God. I mean, my goodness. You talk about whale activity. You talk about what Elon Musk does. I mean, wow. Now, in regards to the dates, that was one part I did want to share. November 25th, 2013. So can you imagine like how much I don't know. That kind of makes me want to look into this a little bit more. Let's just talk about this for just a brief moment. XRP back then. XRP. Oh, crap. XRP. Hold on a second. Let me look at the all-time. What was that, 2013? What was that date again? 2013. Yeah, even on CMC, it won't allow you to go back. The furthest back you can go on CMC is 2014. So I'm actually going to Google this real quick. I mean, but based on what it says, I mean, 0.005, right? Which is unbelievable. How about this? What was the date again on that? Let me double check that. 11/25/2013. All right, let's see if we can pull up any information in regards to that. How much was XRP worth on November 25th, 2013? Okay. All right, here's some of the historical prices. I'll share this with you guys. All right. History of XRP price. Let's blow this up just a tad. Let's see. Do we have specifically November? We might not have November. I guess we don't. Do we have anything close to that? Oh, here's November right here. My bad. So, God, man, this site's kind of funky. Sorry about that. Hold on a second. Oh, man. Maybe I'll use a different site. Okay, my bad. All right, so it is 0.0135. Let's take this right here. All right. I don't think you can see my calculator, so I apologize for that. We're gonna take that, and then what did he buy? What's the amount he had again? Sorry, 16,783. So let's take this times 16,783,000 equals. He paid $226,944 because, let's face it, he's freaking Elon Musk. And what is that worth now? Well, let's clear this again. 16,783,000 times, and we have to assume that, you know, obviously he still has it. I mean, you know, maybe he didn't like take profits. You know, I'm just saying. Current price of XRP is 0.6327. So times that by 0. What was it again? 63. Well, it's 26. We'll just say 27. And now it's worth $10,618,604. So, you know, I didn't have exact figures before, but, you know, a little over $200,000 investment, and now it's worth $10.6 million. So if it could work for the big wigs of the world, why wouldn't it work for us? That's what the basic concepts I don't understand that people don't fathom. I'm just being honest. You know, people don't see that. You know, they think that we're crazy with the prices of where this will go and so on. But teaches them. All right. A little bit more of what we have, obviously, from Crypto Mike and so on. That was kind of an interesting little tidbit. Let's jump into a little bit more of what we have for the Ripple XRP. So that was nice to share that. The next part we're going to get into is, again, a little bit more from Crypto Mike. And what is it? And Legrand, I see your DM. I'll get into that in a bit. I do know about the whole thing with Gemini. I'm just not. I think it's cool. I don't know, man. I'm not like the biggest fan of Gemini, but teachers on. We'll share that. All right. So this is 19 hours ago, and this is again from Crypto Mike. This is breaking. Ripple announces plans to collaborate with Hong Kong thriving blockchain ecosystem. XRP is the standard. Pull this up. This was August 10th. So again, recent news. Crypto Basic. Share this tab instead. Hopefully you guys can still see me in the frame. Hold on a second. If I'm not, I'm double check that. All right. So on this one, it states, it was earlier today. Ripple is keen to collaborate with Hong Kong's blockchain ecosystem to facilitate the tokenization of value across the region. In an official tweet, US-based blockchain firm Ripple announced its keen interest. The company expressed eagerness to engage with enterprises and financial establishments to facilitate the tokenization of value across Hong Kong and the wider Asian region. Hong Kong has a high concentration of developers and blockchain-related investments. They're excited to work with innovative businesses, basically, and financial institutions to move, manage, and tokenize value within Hong Kong and throughout just that Asia. You have a little video on this. So if anything, we're going to go ahead and play this. Please smash that like. Here we go.
My name is Kiri Bhatia. I'm the head of international business development for Ripple, which includes the incredibly dynamic region of Asia Pacific. Hong Kong is a very special place for me. It's where I've had pivotal moments in my career and also where my children were born. That's why it's really exciting to see the growth and adoption of crypto here. Hong Kong has always been one of the most important and bustling financial centers globally. Today, it is also one of the biggest cities per capita for developers and for blockchain-related investments. That's why Ripple's work in the city is so important. We're working with businesses and financial institutions to move, manage, and tokenize value. We're now working closely with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority to pilot a CBDC project tokenizing real-world assets on Ripple's CBDC platform built with the XRP ledger technology. With forward-thinking regulators and the momentum around crypto development, it's truly exciting to see what the future holds in Hong Kong.
All right, give me just a second. We're going to get into a little bit more what we have. Message this nurse back real quick. Okay. Nice to get a little visual, right? Who doesn't like some visuals? So we have obviously some more to share in that regard. And let me see where we're at on that. Man, I hate when the screen freezes like that. That's so weird. There we go. Yeah, let's jump back into a little bit more about this because, I mean, we're not going to just end it with just a brief video. So right after the video, it goes on to mention that in the video, alongside the tweet, Kurit Bhatia, who's Ripple's head of international business development. Hold on, let me come back in the frame. There we go. Elaborated on the significance of this endeavor. Bhatia highlighted his connection, of course, to Hong Kong, citing pivotal moments in his career. He commended the growing adoption of crypto in the region and underscored Hong Kong's historical prominence as a bustling global financial hub. Now, I want to state this, all right? I know this is, we're talking about Ripple's XRP and all this stuff. We're also talking about Hong Kong, are we not? My thing is this, right? So, if you look at Hong Kong compared to like Beijing and so on, they're just obviously a lot more westernized, right? Whether people want to agree to disagree with that, it's just a reality. I mean, you got to keep in mind, Hong Kong used to be part of the British monarchy all the way up until 1998. They simply have a more democratic way. A lot of the old school citizens have a democratic way of looking at things. Maybe not so much of the newer generation, but you got to keep in mind, even with the newer generation of like, I guess Gen Z and so on. I mean, those guys were raised, to a sense, the upbringing with that point of view. Where I'm going with this basically is it kind of sucks in my opinion, that the British monarchy had a hand over, the keys, if you will, of Hong Kong back to mainland China. The reason why I'm stating that is because if you look at what's going on, especially with the Electronics Trade Documents Bill, well, again, look what main region got that going, right? The UK. If we could have had, I know where you're going with this, but I'm just saying, if we could have had Hong Kong as that hub, if you will, that was still represented by the British monarchy, that could have been absolutely huge right now. But it is what it is. All right, going more into this, because it does mention Hong Kong's historical prominence as a bustling global financial hub. It would have been just that also, like a trade hub, like hardcore, you name it. Ripple's role in Hong Kong. Bhatia noted that Hong Kong boasts one of the highest concentrations of devs and blockchain-related investments per capita. He revealed that Ripple is actively collaborating with local businesses and financial institutions. The aim is to usher in a new era of value, movement, management, and tokenization. Bhatia highlighted Ripple's partnership with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority to pilot a central bank digital currency initiative. The initiative aims to tokenize real-world assets using Ripple's CBDC platform powered by the XRP ledger, aka the XRPL. It's also worth mentioning that Fubon Bank, the Hong Kong-based subsidiary of Taiwan's Fubon Financial Holding Company, has affirmed its intentions to introduce a test program for real estate tokenization this year. How many times do we talk about real estate tokenization over the last, I don't know, almost a year and a half now? Many times. We talk about Relio. There's another one I know I'm guilty of not, I guess, over promising and under delivering on, my intro to Propy. Do you guys hold Propy? I think it's a pretty good project. I mean, my friend who's super into real estate, my best friend, Mike Wool, he's not necessarily like super into crypto like we are, but he holds a few, and he's just like, man, look at this thing with Propy. So yeah, I think if you hold Relio, like Mike Cornwell and some of you other guys, we should definitely, take a look into obviously Propy, because it's just that different platforms for real estate tokenization. As Crypto Basic reported, the bank will carry out the initiative utilizing Ripple CBDC solution. And of course, there's a lot more to it than this. But, Crypto Eerie, you guys follow her. I mean, she shares quite a bit of information. Once in a while, she'll post like some stuff about Jasmine. I haven't even cited her before. She had this report. She states specifically Dubai, Hong Kong, UK, Singapore, Japan, United States, in that order of countries most hungry to be crypto hub, in her opinion. It all depends on regulation and who wins, basically. But when you see these statements about clarity consistently over and over and over, is the narrative really shifting? Well, we'll see. There's another one that I want to share with you guys. Like it says, Hong Kong has high concentration developers and blockchain related. Excited to work with innovative businesses. Actually, I think we already played that one. Let me just double check this one real quick. Let me see. Yeah, we already played that one. So let me jump back. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it says this last part. Sorry about that. Brett Hill, in regards to the XRPL. Let's jump back to this for a second. It says an XRPL NFT admin asserted that XRP was poised to be the cornerstone of a new financial system. I mean, we've been hearing that all the time, but nonetheless, like, what's going on with this? It says Hill believes attempts to impede this progress would prove ineffective in the face of XRP's growing influence. Similarly, an XRP enthusiast highlighted Ripple's extensive global partnerships and dismissed popular XRP price predictions. He expressed confidence in XRP's worldwide utility, potentially pushing its value beyond its bounds. This is great because, again, what Lewis Jackson was literally talking about, that supply, that demand kicking in. The utility in motion will drive the price. That, I think, if anything, I mean, you could apply that to so many different cryptocurrencies that have real world utility. All right, I want to share just a little bit more of what we have because obviously we have quite a bit of Ripple XRP for you guys. Let's jump into this next part. And actually, you know what? That's the same one. My bad. Well, you know what? That will conclude our coverage, believe it or not. Oh, my bad. We did have one from Legrand Commission, and that was Gemini. All right, so Gemini, I've seen this for the last few days. But nonetheless, I think last 2 days. And I remember Tim Shea tweeted it. I saw a thing from CryptoSmith, like he was just like, he didn't think it was that big of a deal. But whatever the case be, right? We like to see XRP on more and more exchanges, right? So here it is from Decrypt. And some of you guys tagged me, even, like I said, Tim Shea and so on. I do appreciate that. And then Legrand, I mean, how are you supposed to know that, right? But thank you also, Legrand. So Decrypt report on this. A lot of different outlets report on this. Gemini opened its XRP deposits and trading following Ripple Labs' partial victory. Users will soon be able to trade the cryptocurrency on the platform. At the end of the day, that's good. I don't think it's going to be necessarily like, something that's going to cause, XRP to go parabolic. No way. But it's a great positive catalyst, should be your takeaway. Crypto exchange Gemini, of course, today announced support for Ripple about time, in my opinion, allowing customers to deposit but not custody the asset on its platform. And that is a good point to mention. Deposit but not custody. Why can't you, have custody? Well, teach his own, but I feel bad, for instance, like OG Crypto. Anyway, the New York-based exchange said Thursday it was adding support for the blockchain because it was an important step on our mission to unlock the next era of financial, creative, and personal freedom. Well, isn't that convenient? It's like some people feel as though, why don't you go the uphold route? Teach his own, right? But nonetheless, it's on here. There's more information about it. I mean, I honestly do think it's a good catalyst. I'm not dismissing that, but I don't know. I think I used Gemini once a long time ago. There's more of an announcement from Gemini. Here it is. It says they have exciting news available for deposits. I mean, not too bad. Anyway, there it is. And that will conclude the XRP Ripple news. The next part of what we have is going to be, let me double check the time real quick. It will be QNT. And then maybe we'll give you guys some BSV depending on if, Triple C still here and he found that key area that he wanted us to jump to, like a timestamp or something like that. All right. Let's get into the next part here in a bit. Getting back to the comments. Excuse me. Just going to clear out some tabs. All right. Pull up some banners once again. There we go. And where's the other one I had? There we go. I will state this. This has been kind of bothering me because it covers up part of my hat. So look at this. Just look at the screen for a second. I know you guys might be doing other things. Maybe you don't really care about this because this is my problem, not yours. But this, in a way, is your problem. You're looking at me on this thing, right? Are you not? Or unless you're driving down the road, you're not looking at it. So over here, it already says Crypto Talk Now. Does it not? Why do I need a Crypto Talk Now here and one here? I don't need that. So I'm going to find out a way, and I did try to work on this earlier today, and it's kind of technical, and it came across the screen kind of weird, but I'm going to learn how to make these little banners on StreamYard. So I'm giving you guys a little heads up on, I'm going to do some enhancements, okay? So if we have this over here, that's all we need. So by chopping off this right here where it says Crypto Talk Now, we could take this part right here and move it over to the side here. And then when I talk like this is me normally talking, that end part won't be covering up so much of my hat. I don't know, just little things. Well, why didn't you think that about that a long time ago? I don't know. It just started really bugging me lately for some reason. So I'm going to fix that up. And then the other thing I was also thinking about doing was I'm going to try to get some templates going on. So like, for instance, let's say I'm sharing, like Ripple news, or like this next one's going to be, quant or something. So like, let me show you an example. So when I do a share, all right, you see all this stuff in the background, Larry's couch and all that stuff, like Dave Chappelle, F your couch, buy another one, buy another one, Charlie Murphy, Anyway, we don't necessarily need the couches and all that stuff. Like what you'll see is like maybe a logo for what we're talking about, just little enhancements, or maybe we still keep the couch and all that stuff, but like maybe I don't know, in certain areas you just see like a little logo, maybe a 3D coin, something like that highlights the topic. So if a person tunes in, they're like, oh, okay, this is the segment for that. I don't know. Maybe it's needed. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just making more work for myself. But if anything, the thing that definitely will go is this right here. Don't need this here and this here. Okay. Yes, don't need that. All right. Let's read a few more comments and then we'll get back into the next segment. All right. Let's see here. So we got Legrand Commission saying to follow me on X. Thank you so much, Legrand. Ira Vincent, my question the other day was, can XDC go on a ledger? Yes, with a custom folder. Yeah, there's a video. That's how it used to be. Hold on. No, it used to be you could create a custom folder, and that was the override. Did something change? I don't know. Maybe something changed I'm not aware of. But that's how it used to be. All right. Boomer F and Sooner, 6 bedrooms, 3 baths, craft room, and game room. Oh, okay. That sounds like fun to me. Anyway. No champagne in that room, bro. Okay. 1896, more like $3 to $5, man. I saw your little, we call it animated GIF, Boomer. You know, please smash that like, you guys. We're gonna get to the next segment here in a bit. Where somebody was, what was it, the $100 to $500 prediction from Wells Fargo, the person that's supposedly work in the treasury for Wells Fargo, and you're like, you know, yeah, like Adam Sandler, you're like, bullshit. It's all right. I believe that it's gonna be way higher than $5 to say the least, but you know, it's okay, but all right. Gumta, welcome back. Hi, Max. What is Proton XRP? YouTubers started talking this gasless crypto. Just curious. Don't know about it. XPR, not XRP. XPR. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. You guys tell me. All right, so we have an update from Cool Cat. That's good that you responded. Just play the first 3 or 4 minutes. All right, fair enough. We'll play the first 3 or 4 minutes. Let's do this. Shout out to Cool Cat Crypto. Let's jump into this. Max has to take all his banners back down. That's okay. I need to get some kind of macro, and I tried it out before and it didn't work. I need to get a macro where it's boom, all 3 of those banners up and then off, on and off. We talk about flipping the switch. That's what I need. But it's all right. Dude, you're not getting EVA. How are you going to pay EVA? Hell, you can't even. Never mind. All right. She's gonna want to get paid, man. She ain't gonna do it for free. There's no way she's gonna do it, man. No way. I'm just being honest. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and play this. Where the heck is this? There it is. Maybe give BSV Bitcoin a follow, right? Because, you know, I don't know. I'll give him a follow. All right, we're going to go ahead and play this. This is from 1 day ago. Wow. BSV Bitcoin world record transaction volume. My God. All right, we'll play like roughly, you know, Coolcast says 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5. Who knows, right? Smash that like for some BSV. And here we go.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to Satoshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's date is Wednesday, the 9th of August, 2023, the year of BSV. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Here we go. Let's get into this. Quite looking forward to this today. Just doing a show because I was speaking to a couple of people earlier today who would like some more information on Bitcoin because, again, like many other newbies just sort of getting into the space, they're just starting to find out that Bitcoin is BSV. And also, they want some more information on it. So these are the fundamental figures that tell you all you need to know. So this is, I tell you what I'll do is I'll link all these websites that I'm using in the description below and also on Telegram if that's where I've sent the link or on WhatsApp. So this is coin.dance. And on this website here, you can see that we have got the 4 forks on here. But really what we've got is 3 alternative protocols, which is BTC, Bcrash, and Fisher Price Cash. And then the original one, which again is the only way to commoditize data. And it's the only one that has the original Bitcoin legacy addresses. All start with the number 1, which proves materialistically that all of these forks here, we've got BTC, Bcrash, and Fisher Price Cash, are just simply alternative protocols that are economically worthless because they're all securitized and they all have a central point of authority and control. So looking at this, we've got, well, I call it Cabal coin, because that's the one that the Cabal have corrupted, stolen the name, and pumped the price through worthless bits of tether. Then we've got B Crash again, Roger Ver's creation. Then we've got Fisher Price Cash, Amarisa Shay's version. What a joke. And then this is Bitcoin. So let me show you what this should look like. Oh, there we go. So this is what happened to Bitcoin. Bitcoin started off at the Genesis block. It initially had the ticker symbol BTC, but then Blockstream came along and changed the protocol. They implemented SegWit, which fundamentally changed the protocol by tampering with the signatures, committing fraud, which meant your digital signatures were no longer with your transaction, which meant you were receiving nothing more than numbers on a screen, no economic value, and no contractual credibility. It removed all value from the network. The similar thing happened again with B Crash, again when they were tampering with the signatures and implementing CTOR, which was changing the ordering in which the transactions were recorded in a block, which again is indicating a central point of authority or control, because all of your transactions should be uploaded the moment you upload them. If somebody is tampering with the way that they are actually recorded in a block, then that is central control. That is not what you want. Again, just the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin still continues today with the legacy addresses beginning with a number 1. It just means that the ticker symbol has changed to BSV. And again, lots of confusion in the market. It has also affected the price. But now you can pick up a genuine Bitcoin for like $36. It's absolutely insane. Look at that, $36. My goodness me. So just to give you a quick rundown of these figures here to walk you through them. So the block size is the amount of data being uploaded onto the network. It is the data that is uploaded via the transactions. The transactions are processed by the nodes that create blocks and supply the hash rate. The hash rate is again represents the amount of investment that the mining farms are putting in to the network. And again, all the hash rate should be on here because this is the only protocol with any economic value. But the hash rate is currently attracted to the value which is meant to be representative of the price. But the price is currently speculative because people don't have a clue what Bitcoin really is. But when education catches up with speculation, you can guarantee that the speculative prices will soon start to match their fundamental values, which means BTC 0, B Crash 0, Fisher Price Cash 0. And BSV, well, literally, sky's the limit. Well, actually, the size of the fiat valued markets are the limit, to be honest with you, because of fiat currency are a unit measurement of value, meaning that the true money will take on the size of every single financial market that is currently measured in that unit measurement, which is fiat currency. So phenomenal. So just quickly talk you through what we're looking at here. These are the last 30 blocks that were mined on each network. So we can see the size of the blocks here. Look at this. So remember, BTC has got a 1 megabyte block cap. And then with the implementation of SegWit, they just got it a little bit higher. So you've got, what, a 2 megabyte block? That's about it. Yeah, 2 megabytes. Well done, then. B Crash, again, they've got 1 block that is a megabyte in size. Dear, oh dear. And Fisher Price Cash literally can't even get all their blocks over a kilobyte, let alone anywhere near a megabyte. But then we've got Bitcoin. Look at here. We've got 1 block. We've just 1 block, 113 megabytes. So that 1 block has got more data than all of the BTC blocks here in this column of 30 combined. That's how crazy this is that we're looking at. Again, another 33 megabyte block. Oh, some of these are relatively small compared to what we used to. No gigabyte blocks here today. They were exciting. But we'll get to the transaction volume in just a moment. So let's enlarge these. There we go. So hash rate, again, hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. If something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. Remember, if something is useful, it's valuable. If something is useless, it's worthless. It's as simple as that. Proof of work by network, again, it's all coming over to Bitcoin because, again, this graph just simply follows the ticker symbol rather than the protocol, because Bitcoin is actually BSV. So all this proof of work should be on BSV. It's the graph that's actually misrepresenting there. Let's have a look at. So look at this for transaction fees. It is currently 95,537 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than it is the Cabal coin. And just to show you the amount of competition there is for Bitcoin, it's actually 25% more profitable to mine on Cabal coin than it is Bitcoin. But that just simply shows you the competition for Bitcoin. So the most efficient way to get Bitcoin would be to mine Cabal coin, sell Cabal coin, and then buy BSV with it. But again, a lot of these miners don't really have a clue what they're doing. It's a case of all the gear and no idea. Yeah. But look at this daily average Bitcoin block size by network. The block size just going up there. Let's have a look at this. I think this goes back to 2019. We'll have a look at the block size. God, that was huge. That was when they were testing the blocks there. My goodness me, that was huge. But still, in comparison to the other networks, absolutely smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. Then we've got daily Bitcoin transactions by network. Look at this. This might be the highest it's ever been. Let's have a look at this volume of transactions. Whoa, my goodness me. Look at that. So this goes right the way back to November 2018. Look at this. Look at that. August 13th, 2023. No, it's not. That is, what is that? So that's the 3rd of August here, registering. Oh, 13,000. Is that right? That's the, I thought that was the date, 2023. But anyway, yeah, 37.28 million transactions. My goodness. Oh, so that's August 3rd. That will be to August 13th, 2023. So there's, size of the chart there, but absolutely massive. Look at that. So still Cabal coin just 450,000, whereas Bitcoin 37 million. 37 million. There is no comparison. No comparison there. My goodness.
All right. I played that, a little extended. I was thinking it was going to be 3 or 4 minutes, but in reality is about almost 9, and that's okay. I was wondering, when's he going to get to the part about, the transactions? He finally got to the part with the transactions. That is impressive. Give credit where credit's due. All right. So glad to share that with you guys. Thank you to Mr. Cool Cat Crypto. And let's see where we're at in the comments. 2 hours and 16-minute mark. Let's read a few more. If I can find out where the heck we're at right now. Hold on a second. Just scrolling up. All right. Let's see. I think I read a lot of these already. Tim Shea says, Max, I tagged you with that link earlier on X. Check it out. Good stuff. All right. I'll take a look into that right here in a bit. Tim Shea. JDat, welcome back. JDat. 20 minutes. You watch a little bit over half. Okay, hold on a second. What's going on with that? Give me a second. You sent me a DM or you tagged me? Maybe you tagged me. Hold on. Let's see. Retweeted my tweet. No. Oh, I found it. All right. Max 37 million transactions, a world record. Check it out. Oh, that's what we basically just played. Okay. Oh, and you actually did fast forward to the. Yeah, you fast forwarded to the part where I was like, where is he going to finally get to this? And that could have saved us some time. That's all right. All the other information was still good. Talking about the block size, all that stuff. It's educational. That's okay. Thank you, Tim. I went ahead and retweeted it. So, yeah, that would have helped Mr. Triple C, but that's okay. You know what? Everything the guy mentioned all the way to that point was still very valuable information. So it's okay. I'm not complaining. GG, you down with XRP? Yeah, you know me. Cool Cat Crypto is about to curl a brisket sandwich now. Oh man, that sounds good. That sounds good. Yes, all that sounds good. I'm not really big, obviously, on most beers, but I enjoy a good ale if it's ice cold, and certain ones pair better with certain types of food. A brisket sandwich sounds pretty good. All right, have a good night. You ready? Obviously, you're gone by now. Same with Mr. Boomer F. It's sooner. Or maybe he's still here. I don't know. GS, welcome, welcome. Let's see here. We want floating head. Well, who the hell doesn't want? I apologize. We want floating head, Max. You forgot the Max. Yeah, I did forget that. There's nothing to see here. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway. Cool Cat Crypto. I had some Delta 8 called Oregon Thunder. Strong stuff. Interesting. Gotta keep that cat. Yeah, okay, we could keep that. Yeah, new banner, good idea. It just, yeah, I want to kind of make it better. So in reality, Edward Vincent, that's how it used to be with the ledger. It's kind of like a workaround. You make a custom folder. Now, unless I'm oblivious to something happened on the last update or something, but that's how it used to be. You make a custom folder, and then you can have your XDC on there. But again, you know, I have to double check that apparently. All right. Eva will build a wall, and Mexico is going to pay for it. Good luck with that. There, we want Eva, make it happen, bro. Good luck with that too. CBD is supposed to be the free THC free, excuse me, but still F's you up. Really? Huh. I used CBD once on my knees, and it really helped, but not, it didn't like mess me up or anything. It was just the over counter, the cream. All right. What else we got here? You got bored with that, with the BSV segment, JDAT? Okay. Just buy Caspa. Well, yeah, I'm a proponent of Caspa. I will be at least. All right, Celinda Anderson, welcome. Ripple keeps dumping XRP on the market. That's what's dropping the price. That is a good point. Yeah, I did see some reports about that. Even Richard Common Sense Crypto was talking about some of that. All right. What else we got up in here? All right. Let's see what else we got. Should you buy more Jasmine? That's up to you. Not financial advice, but me, I'm definitely doing that. Reach my goals. I have new goals. And if you missed the Jasmine segment earlier today, that was the biggest, probably some of the biggest news we dropped in a while. For real. We'll chop that one up too. Triple C says, if I smoke, you get the munchies big time. Gotta stay ripped. All right. Oh, boy. You have 8% body fat right now. Is that because you're a cat and a cat has 8% body fat? Boomer F and Sooner, I thought you said you need to get more sleep, like 5 hours or something. You can't do the weed anymore. Ish makes him sick. Huh. All right. Let's go further down. Max, I know, my friend. I'm so sorry. I could have just saved the whole thing, but like I said, it was good information. All right. It might be that I can't send XDC from Uphold in Ledger. Can't hold it. Okay. Well, originally where I got my XDC from was KuCoin. So. And for you guys who still have KuCoin, you can still send your KuCoin. I need to give you guys an update real quick. I know I'm reading a lot of comments. Here's an update that you may not have been aware about. All right, so obviously, some of us like Tim Shea, some of you guys, you move your crypto that you have on KuCoin to, like, let's say you move it somewhere else. Like Ledger doesn't have support. You move it somewhere, all right? So I was doing some staking on KuCoin. Okay. When I saw that news about Terra Station and so on, I was like, I'm not comfortable with the whole thing of Terra Station. So there's some pretty decent staking, all right, for my Luna Classic on KuCoin. Now check this out. I don't know if anybody else is aware of this. So it says no services for the KuCoin platform are available to people in the United States, right? That's what it says on our phones. It sucks to a sense, right? You know, there's ways to override it using a VPN. We get that, right? And then, of course, even then, you don't have full access to everything. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is this. I got grandfathered in. Maybe some of you guys did too on your staking. So I got grandfathered in on the Luna Classic staking. Now, if I go in and try to stake some of my recent rewards, like, I don't know, it's like over 250,000. It's not a lot, you know, 250,000 Luna Classic. If I try to go and restate that, it says not available. So my attitude is like, well, the stake and rewards on here are pretty darn nice. So, you know, and I think I already made it over 1 million on my staking for Luna Classic over on KuCoin, just from not touching or panicking, I should say, and basically like trying to go to, you know, I gotta get this off of KuCoin, I gotta take this to, you know, some other place that's doing staking or going to Terra Station or whatever, right? So yeah, I have staking on there. I already have over, I mean, I don't know how long I've been doing it. I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 months, something like that, you know? So it's like 1.2 million stake and rewards. Not complaining. But my point is, if I didn't have it already on there and then I try to go to stake, it wouldn't let me do it. So it's you could call it like a glitch in the system or whatever. But I'm not complaining. It's literally like an unofficial way of being grandfathered into the staking. So I will take it, my friend. I will take it. And then I also did it with it's not a lot, but I did some Algorand. I think I did a little bit of Graph, and there's some other ones I got to double check on. So anyway, just a little KuCoin update for some of you guys that may be wondering. EVA is USDA Prime, not choice, because as we know, it goes Prime, and it goes Choice, and it goes Select, right? So she is USDA Prime, my friend. That's who she is. All right, let's go further down. Boomer F. Sooner says there's a butt ton of XRP to be dropped on the market. And how about this? Facts from Felix. Welcome. Never seen you be here before. Can Jasmine go to 50 cents? Yes. Absolutely. Not financial advice, but yes. I stated, you know, at least $1 by the, you know, the true bull market and then some. You probably missed the opening segment of what we had at the beginning of the show. I'll chop it up. You're going to want to take a look into that. How about this, man? Welcome again. Facts from Felix. We'll just call you Felix. I'm telling you, man. Sony, PlayStation, the founder of the PlayStation, and not speculative, literally working with Jasmine. I'll be like, wow. All right. Let's see here. We drink until about 3 a.m. Do a 12-hour watch. It is a no-go. It's a no-go, but you can still move your here's the thing, right? So you can still move your assets, right? It's not like you're having they're freezing your account or anything like that. So anybody, how it worked was we had until the 15th of, I guess, August, you know, to when regards to KYC and all this stuff. I was already KYC'd. And so I was also doing some staking. I'm not doing staking on everything, right? But I was doing staking. And so I guess, I don't know, maybe, you know, they're going to send me a memo eventually says, hey, look, man, you're in the United States. We're literally taking your you're staking off of here, but I've been logging in, and I logged in last night, and that's not the case, and I'm still earning on it. So, until I get that removed, I mean, to hell with it, right? I mean, the way I look at it is I'm going to use that platform, and I'm going to stake whatever, And if worst comes to worst, I think I will get with my cousin who's in the Philippines. Ironically, if you want to know my cousin's name, her name is America. That's kind of cool, because my uncle Archie always had dream, and her mother, my Aunt Tessie, she passed away in 2012 from cancer, unfortunately. They named her America because they always had dreams of her coming to America. Anyway, I can maybe work something out with her, in which is, if it came to it where, if KuCoin would want to have a blankety blank fit, maybe working something out. I don't know. I might just say to hell with it. And hey, I earned all my staking. I'm good with my staking. I got a decent amount of rewards, and move it over to like cold storage or something. All right, let's go further down. Mr. J, is IOTA a competitor to Jasmy? I wouldn't consider it a competitor, really. I mean, Jasmy, both are data. If you want to look at it from the perspective of, it's data. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, we could say Energy Web Token is a competitor. We could say, some people say Ocean Protocol is a competitor. It's not this. It's not the same use case is the key thing. All right, let's read a few more. EVA equals Japanese A5. Mr. J, what's up, Boomer F and Sooner and Adam staking loot? Let's see how I'm doing on the time real quick. Well, we kind of ticked up. Let's get into some of the QNT real quick. Let me see how I'm doing my time. I'll see if I even have enough time to actually cover this real quick, because this kid might get off soon. He might get off early. Let me see. All right. I think we're good. All right. So smash that like. Hold on. Is IOTA still a good hold? Still building? Yes, it's a good hold. I'm still in the profits on that because I bought the bottom. Bought under 15 cents, like 14.5 cents and so on. It was one of the ISO 222s. I just felt like I had to have part of my portfolio. I owned all the rest of them. Why wouldn't I have IOTA? So, Panther Man, welcome back. Every time I see your avatar, man, I'm literally thinking, for whatever reason, like you guys are part of like some kind of rock band. And every time you come to the show, it's like breaking the law, breaking the law. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna jump into the last bit of coverage that we have. Please smash the like for some QNT, and we're going to jump into what we have from the one, the only, Mr. Quant Papa. I love it when they call me Quant Papa. And yeah, he's got some interesting news to share with us. And I do as well, right? I'm going to give you my own take real quick right now. Oh, man, I got to turn up the AC. Hold on a second. I don't know if you guys sit on leather. Sometimes, man, if you don't have your AC cranked up, your darn legs can stick to the freaking leather. Anyway. All right. Yeah, let's jump into this QNT real quick. And let's just use Panther Man as a bookmark real quick. All right. Yeah, QNT. Let's talk about it for just not too long. So this was reported originally from Finality. And that's how we're going to start things off. So let's share this. So it states, Finality. If you're wondering about it, I'm going to come back into the frame for just a brief moment. Last week, Andrew Bailey of the Bank of England, for instance, or I should say the Bank of England, Andrew Bailey, the Bank of England, the governor, supported the growth of wholesale digital money, highlighting ongoing Bank of England efforts. Finality has experienced Bank of England's commitment to innovation firsthand, and they welcome engagement as they prepare for instance, the FNPS launch. So there's this piece about it and so on, right, in regards to the Bank of England, because we're always talking about Bank of International Settlements, talking about Bank of England, all this stuff. If you're wondering about Finality and who they're connected to, here's a visualization for you, right? Not too shabby. Lloyd's Bank. I mean, if you're old school like my dad, you call it literally the Lloyd's of London. There's ING, Credit Suisse. Some people call it Credit Suisse, NASDAQ. I mean, some big names here. BNY Mellon, State Street. Okay. Getting more into this. Let me show you this. I wish I could make this a little bit bigger. All right. So this guy, Marty Palosuo, if I'm pronouncing that right, maybe Palo Show. I don't know. He says he's happy to share that he's starting a new position as a chief financial officer over at Fintium. Now, of course, earlier, just now, we're talking about finality, but this is all going to come together. It's going to make sense. I'm going to put you guys through that and just bounce around too much. So what I want to show you here is this again, right here. It says the DLT in the real world survey ran by ISSA and the value exchange and supported by ourselves and others highlighted that 49% of respondents believe CBDCs will be operational across major currencies in the next 3 years. You know, we talk about, like, for instance, the price of, you know, we're talking about Ripple's XRP. You know, obviously right now we're talking about, you know, Quant and everything that's ISO related. Now, of course, Quant is ISO TC307, the standard developed by Gilbert Verdian of the Quant network back in, you know, 2016. But everything ISO related really does stand out, right? But what about some of the key people that's connected, for instance, to the Quant network? Well, there's this full report here. And of course, there's even this visualization GIF, which is cool. And I'm thinking some of you guys already saw this on the screen. But yeah, DLT in the real world. ISSA, Accenture, Broadridge, Finality, Medico. 49% of respondents believe CBDCs will be live in major currencies by when? 2026. I mean, what's going to happen from there? How much would, for instance, Quant be worth by 2026? Do we see some crazy prices in regards to that? Well, let's jump more into some of these key findings again. And shout out to Quant Papa. Give him a follow. His new Twitter is Quant_Papa_. This is from Finality, and here is the Fintium connection. Finality and Fintium interoperability towards intraday settlements, risk-free cross-currency swaps. Finality is reshaping financial markets. They will enable financial institutions to execute atomic PvP settlement instantaneously. Not just like, you know, some of these other platforms we're talking about, like, you know, having the whole thing of waiting like 5 business days or so on. Those days are over. 24/7, backed by central bank money, eliminating settlement risk. We're always talking about real-time gross settlements, are we not? So it goes on to mention Fintium enables FX swaps with T+0 settlement and intraday same-day maturity. Joining these two initiatives leads their combined vision, which is the creation of a fluid, liquid intraday borrowing ecosystem with no settlement risk. That right there is the key area to pay attention to. Liquid intraday borrowing ecosystem, no settlement risk. Getting more into this, check out what it mentions. Finality goes on to mention, you know, for instance, because we're talking about tokenization, obviously. They state there's a general acceptance that tokenization will be a prominent feature of tomorrow's financial markets. Finality International is the commercial realization of a 4-year research and development project focused on understanding how market infrastructure needs to evolve. Yes, it does. To meet the challenge of tokenized markets. Finality is developing a payment foundation incorporating legal, regulatory, operational, and technical aspects, creating a regulated network of distributed financial market infrastructures. It will have an associated digital settlement asset per currency. Here are some examples. The utility settlement coin. You know, in the past, when we talk about real-time gross settlements, you know, that in itself, I mean, it's like, it's a big deal. But what about an actual, like, tokenizing real-time gross settlements? Some people say, well, the tokenization that will be like, cross-border payments, obviously, Max, XRP, XLM, you name it, right? But look what's mentioned. Utility settlement coin to settle the tokenized value transactions with who? Finality. 5 currencies are in the initial scope. For instance, CAD, EUR, the British pound, Japanese yen, the US dollar, with further currencies to be added. Now, that's finality. Well, what about the concept of Fintium? Great question. Fintium is creating a global financial market for institutional intraday borrowing. Fintium is a London-based startup and has built a treasury, funding, order, and trade management platform. And we always talk about R3. Well, there's R3. Using R3's core to distributed ledger is built for intraday repo. Wow. Or securities borrowing and intraday FX swaps. So before we get more into this, just state this, right? Who hasn't used Uniswap at some point? Who hasn't used some of these other swaps at some point? But basically speaking, I mean, that's from the retail side of things, is it not? What about institutional freaking swaps, for crying out loud? Why aren't we paying attention to this? Market participants have a secure, shared, and record of pre-trade orders that are visible through a central limit order book. These orders are matched by a proprietary matching algorithm and migrate to post-trade settlement and to distributed trade repository for regulatory reporting, such as SFTR, using identical trade records. Now, this is a good statement because it is true. There is no one blockchain to rule them all. It simply isn't. You may think there is, but there isn't. The key for me is, okay, if that's the case, then I'm not going to be a maxi. That's why a lot of us aren't maxis. Then why is there Bitcoin maxis? Again, different type of situation. I don't believe in being a maxi in anything. I'd rather be well diversified. So yeah, there isn't one blockchain to rule them all. It says, we believe the blockchain DLT space is following the same path the internet followed in the last 20 years. Similar to the internet, the whole point is to let diverse machines talk to each other. Where's Max going with this? Diverse machines talk to each other. You know where I'm going with this. I mean, the writings are literally on the wall. In our case, diverse blockchains, each of them specific to a particular use case. Hence, we are driving an interoperability approach. Yeah, you better believe you know where I'm going. To enable different networks to talk and understand to each other in order to support intraday cross-currency swaps. What's a perfect example of a cross-currency swap? Quants Overledger. If you've seen the demo, have you not seen how you can quickly switch over to the XRPL for real-time gross settlements? I remember in the past, people used to say it's just, whatever, Max, it's just an ERC20 token. Kidding me? All right, look at this. Finality, Finium, interoperability. I wish I could make this a little bit bigger, but this is from their PDF. If I make it bigger, it just kind of messes up the wording. So hopefully you guys see this. Let me just double check real quick. On this one, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to take myself out of the frame, okay? Check this out for a bit. How does the Finality and Fintium interoperability work? Orders are initiated on the Fintium platform to borrow one USC currency against a balance in another one. To validate the order, the sell buy currency is earmarked in USC for as long as the order is active. This is a request to the USC network triggered by, of course, Corda flow. Wow. When the earmark is complete and checked by settlement oracle in Corda, then the order in Infinium is considered valid. When a matching order is found in Infinium, then the settlement process is initiated and requested from Finality's platform. Kind of had an itch right there. Two simultaneous and atomic payments are made PVP, representing the near leg of the FX swap. The FX swap matures. The opposite process is triggered by the maturity time for the far leg. Gives you an example how this all works, how this all comes together. But the bottom line is this. Finality with Finium. Interoperability. Connection to any blockchain, especially what? Hyperledger, Corda, or a legacy platform. We talk about the flip of the switch. You got to get to that point where it's not necessarily just so much of the flip of the switch, but also creating that mechanism for the legacy systems. Foundations, currencies in which the USC is available, gives you that example. Built by who? Finality. Why is Finality referenced here? Well, look at what it says. Platforms for just that. Businesses and their applications, securities settlements, exchange clearing, trade finance. You know, we're always talking about, obviously, about XDC and so on. R3, that R3 quarter bridge, you know, to just that. The trade sector. That's huge, right? Is it not? But those are grayed out on this example. The key thing is understanding what you have through interoperability with Fintium. Talks about the PVP and how that all goes down to some of these, what they call foundations, which are the currencies in which USC is available. So this was only like 2 pages. I thought I'd bring it to you guys. Let me come back into the frame. Hold on a second. I got to hit the right button. There we go. There's obviously more about this. And, you know, Quant Papa really, in my opinion, did a really good job at just bringing this to us and so on. So here's a little bit more. And like it says, DLT in the real world for 2023. Let me just double check the settings real quick. And it mentions DLT and digital assets have, of course, had tumultuous year in 2022, 2023, mainly because, you know, the bear market, the crypto winter. But our 4th annual industry survey into, you know, where and how DLT is being used highlights a steady increase in the maturity of this technology across the capital markets. What kind of capital markets? A capital markets ecosystem, right? Where you have literally tremendous use case for these platforms and what they sit on, but those institutions coming in, making atomic swaps or institutional swaps, whatever you want to call it, right? It's huge, absolutely huge. Look at this. There's the other example. This was actually from the PDF. Quant Papa was able to capture this and make it a little bit bigger for us. So in that PDF, we were showing you like the interoperability before intraday borrowing, after intraday borrowing, the Finium's platform. But what about how, like it says, how does the Finality and Finium interoperability work? Well, we showed you this from the PDF. Here's the highlight just in case you missed it. It says this is a request to the USC network triggered by a Corda flow. Remember I mentioned that earlier? When the earmark is complete and checked by a settlement oracle in Corda. How about this last part? When the FX swap matures, the opposite process is triggered by the maturity time for the far leg. Tad bit more in regards to this. Straight from who? Finality. Finality and Finium, again, teamed up together, settle the first pilot cross-chain FX in seconds. When was that? All the way back in October 4th of 2022. That pilot, where are we at now? Ooh, where's all this crazy mentions of clarity all the time? Do you not see the momentum of where we're going with this? And of course, that was, you know, they had success in that first pilot. They executed the first cross-chain FX settlement transaction test across 2 platforms, reducing cross-currency settlement from, you know, T+0. Finale and Finium announced that successful completion of that, you know, pilot test, if you will. And it goes on to mention that, you know, these are pretty impressive finality payment system. First of its kind transactions represented 2 currencies being settled, both in British pounds and the US dollar. How quick? In under 10 seconds. Obviously, way under 10 seconds. It was a milestone. It proved that interoperability, again, interoperability can be achieved in both directions between Corda and Enterprise and Ethereum. How so? Well, remember we showed you some demos again in regards to Quant's Overledger? Switching platforms easily and being able to get, no pun intended, that finality. or those real-time gross settlements, right, on a XRPL and so on. This means, like it says, banks will be able to agree and execute an FX swap trade in the Fintium platform and settle via the FNPS in under 10 seconds, even during what? Heavy traffic. I like that. Because you know what? A lot of times you see other, I don't mean no disrespect, but I mean, other content creators, like, you'll talk about finality, but what about with the heavy traffic? I mean, when we talk about scalability, isn't like, in order to properly scale, you gotta have those oh crap, moments where, oh my god, this platform is overloaded. Okay, are you prepared for that overload? Boom, bam, there you go. Even during heavy traffic or when real-time gross settlements are closed. So yeah, they are prepared for the oh-ish moments. Why? They're dealing with who? The institutions of the world, and they're going to be moving on what? A lot of freaking money. So they can't be dealing with, I hate to use this expression, but like just the retail side of things, right? Because the retail side of things is not going to be this, gargantuan, monumentous amount of money, if you will. Talks about more of the collaboration. Again, it's just a blast from the past and so on. I want to show you guys this real quick, though. The transactions that were triggered in the Finium's platform, which were built on R3's Corda protocol, and that's big in itself, is it not? And settled on a PvP basis through two FNPSs, each representing two different currencies, the British pound and, of course, US dollar. Settlement status information then was communicated back to the Finium's platform dashboard, proving that interoperability can be achieved in both directions between Corda and, of course, Enterprise Ethereum. That's big because, again, Enterprise Ethereum. Why did so many of these platforms choose Enterprise Ethereum? They sure as the hell didn't pick it due to how fast it was, but they definitely picked it due to its security. It's been proven in regards to security. Goes on more about the whole thing of, Finium, finality, and so on. But this part about, proving itself to large banks that they can agree to execute a T+0 intraday FX swap with each other, obviously was one of the main big deals. And of course, the interoperability test in 2019 proved it to be successful. And then what you also saw back in 2022, right? This last statement, real quick. Once live, like it says, banks will be able to agree and execute a trade in the Finium platform and settle in PvP via the FNPS in seconds. Even when, and let's reiterate this, there is heavy traffic on both systems. So I want to just clarify that. It's not heavy traffic on finality. It's not heavy traffic, for instance, on what you saw with Finium. It's taken on that workload with both. So there you go. There's the answer. Can both scale on a heavy workload? The answer is yes. The answer has to be yes. Again, the institutions, they're not going to want to mess around with this if they can't take a heavy workload. I said that was the last part. This actually is the last part. 3 large banks have committed to go live with the Finium platform for intraday FX swaps. And when it gets more further down into it, this is a great statement from Brian Nolan, the co-founder of Finium. He says the Finium client bank's first preference is to settle these transactions on a PvP basis in FNPS, which aligns with the goal of the CPMI to increase what? PvP usage. The Finium team hopes that central banks and regulators will be able to find time to prioritize the review of FNPS so that systemic risk can be minimized. But if you're wondering, well, what's one of the key takeaways in regards to that statement? It's this right here. Increase that PvP usage. With having a heavy workload, right, and being able to settle in under 10 seconds with that heavy workload, well, that tells you that's not just utility being in motion. That's unbelievable amount of utility in motion. And that's huge. I sign me up because I'm glad I understand and done the research in regards to the platforms that allow for interoperability, hence Quant's Overledger, when it comes to all of this. And just in case you were wondering more about the profile of some of these guys, Here's Brian Nolan, Finium Bank Treasury, intraday liquidity. He has a profile. And who is he connected to? I thought Max was just going to end it there. No, I got to show you this real quick. The bank, like it says, the Bank of International Settlements Innovation Hub published a fascinating interim report on Project Mariana. All sorts of different projects, right? He, of course, gave his thoughts on it. And there it is. From the Bank of International Settlements on the report, kind of like a pamphlet, if you will. Cross-border exchange of wholesale CBDCs using automated market makers. When was it published? June 2023. Who's referenced at the bottom? Banque de France. Who's the overseer committee? Believe it or not, even though some people think, oh, I should say think. I mean, we know that when it comes to Bank of International Settlements, they are the central bank of central banks. But if we're looking at things like, is there oversight? The oversight to the Bank of International Settlements is the Banque de France, and that's big. Tad bit more. I want to show you guys this part. And here's the interesting part, because this was a long read up. So this guy he said, he's giving his take on the whole report. This part, just like it says on the screen, it is interesting. And that is that the Bank of International Settlements has proposed a structure for the interbank spot FX market that is similar to the Uniswap circle structure. Did Max not say that earlier? Comparing this to Uniswap. Yes. Why would he use the example? I was just pulling out of thin air. I wasn't pulling it out of thin air. It was a great analogy. Sorry. Sometimes I don't like, I'm a humble guy. All right. But that was a good analogy. Perhaps there is a view in the industry that using AMMs for FX should be tied together with instant settlement of spot FX transactions. However, that doesn't align with what Fintium has heard from clients. It remains to be seen whether AMMs will be used broadly in FX, in the future. In the near term, Fintium's near instant settlement of intraday FX swaps is expected to be in production when? Not 2024, not 2025, but when? Later in 2023. Is that not bullish? Is that not big? That was pretty big. And in regards to Fintium on their profile, look at this. Creating an actively what? Traded global financial market for who? Interbank intraday borrowing. Service financiers, because it's in a different language. London, England. Pretty interesting. Creating what? Global financial market for bank treasurers to do what? Lend to each other for hours at a time. Interbank intraday FX swaps. Later planning to cover intraday repo. And like I mentioned from that PDF, intraday securities borrowing. So when we talk about capital markets ecosystems, this is the perfect example of that. But capital markets ecosystems that have what, guys? That can support heavy workloads. Oh my God. Like, I'm just telling you flat out, like, maybe you guys, maybe feel like, oh, you're just hyping this thing. I don't need to hype it up. It speaks for itself. Institutional heavy workload. Like, I've been dreaming about this forever. I don't know if you guys have either. Know what you have, know what you hold. QNT is going to be absolutely huge. Hundreds of use cases tied into multiple layers of utility in motion. But the key takeaway, again, the heavy workload. Literally the institutional version of Uniswap. Does that not sound bullish? Smash that like if you haven't done so already. You'd be glad that you did. And in conclusion, that concludes our QNT coverage for tonight. I was glad to be able to spend some extra time with you guys, whether we had 24 people here or not with you. It'll be chopped up, brought to you guys later tomorrow and so on. Anyway, I'm going to check the time real quick, read the last bit of comments, and if anything, I got to get going here soon. But glad to be here with you guys. All right, so we're gonna read some more comments. You guys talking about staking in regards to Adam? That's good stuff. You think Adam will hit $1,000 one day? Yeah, I mean that's service I'm with Investor Place. They're very, very bullish on it. They feel very, very strong on that one. All right, let's see where we're at on some of the comments. I'm just going through some key ones because I gotta take off myself. All right, great job, Max. Got to bounce. No problem. I'm gonna leave that on that note. Glad to have you guys here. Again, please smash that like on your way out. A new video was put out not that long ago. I think it says we're at 65 likes, so we've done better on the likes, but that's okay. We'll see you guys back tomorrow for TGIF with Max, obviously, and we'll see you at around 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It might be a WrestleMania tomorrow. We'll see because we don't have weekend shows anymore. But I really appreciate it with you guys, and it's been a great show. So if you missed the Jasmine covers or the XRP, you can always go back and watch it if you want, or if you want to watch chopped up version, you can. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Take it easy. One Elon Musk video, 20 seconds. Yeah, you rascally wabbit. All right, hold on a second. No, not doing it. You're going to have to send me a super chat before you could be just like donate to Larry. Yeah, sorry. That's just the way it is. No, I'm not going to do that. All right. Let me see what we got. 1 minute ago, is that the one you're talking about? Dear Twitter? Is that what you're talking about, Mike? Facebook? Yeah? Do it. Do it now. Read the super chat. If I say read the super chat, I don't sound like Arnold. But if I say do it now. Anyway. Yeah, I think this has to be it. So, oh no. Is this a schlong? Is this like a freaking dude with a big old thing? Well, there's another $2 to Larry. All right. LOS Facebook. All right. Well, Larry thanks you for the $2 super chat, right? All right. All right. Let's see here. Facebook. What is on Facebook? Oh, it won't let me open it up. Oh, God. All right. Hold on a second. Why is it not showing up, man? This is so strange. Hold on a second. Crap. The video can't be embedded video on Facebook. All right, hold on. There we go. Oh, yeah, I've seen this one. This one's good. All right, my bad. I thought it was going to be a giant, like, Coney Island. I was like, I don't need no Coney Island, bro. I mean, a real Coney Island, but not like, Crypto Cook or whatever. All right, this is the last bit from Mike Cornwell. You kind of got, everybody already left anyway, man. There's like 13 people here, but for the ones that are still paying attention, let's pull this up. Here it is from Mike Cornwell. And here we go.
What we're going to do is transform the traditional banking industry. I do not fit the picture of a banker.
X.com, this is Julie.
Raising $50 million is a matter of making a series of phone calls, and the money is there. I've sunk the great majority of my net worth into X.com, which is the new banking and mutual funds company on the internet that I've started.
Big X.
Exactly. X.com. I think X.com could absolutely be a multi-billion-dollar bonanza, because if you look at the industry that X is pursuing, it's the biggest sector of the world economy. This is an ATM. What we're going to do is...
All right, I hate to disappoint you. That was in the quant segment from a few days ago. I'll show you if some of you guys are wondering, it didn't do exactly the greatest in regards to like coverage. I don't know. Some people just don't want me to use like anything related to video games or like rap or hip hop. But let me show you. And then I really got to go because this kid called me. He was like, dude, I just got off. All right. So here it is. Do you guys not see this? Look at that. QNT, X gonna give it to you. Quant, did Gilbert Verdin forecast Twitter's X? What does it say? For payments long before anyone else. And it's a whole outline in that regard. I mean, you know, you would think something like that would get like over 1,000 views, but lately, I don't know, man. Like we were killing it with the coverage, and then all of a sudden, like a drop off. I don't know. Maybe YouTube is punishing us or something, but it is what it is. Although this Jasmine video is doing all right. So, all right. Anyway, on to the next thing that we're going to talk about. We're going to basically cover the whole topic of Chinese blankety blanks in Flatbush section of Brooklyn. Now, on today's show, we're going to specifically talk about. No, I'm kidding. Crypto Winner, welcome, man. You missed the show. It's okay. He says, yo, 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 yo. What's up, fam? Crank that AC. Yeah. All right, my friend. I will see you guys. This guy's calling again, and I got to get going. We'll see you guys back tomorrow. And yeah, for TGIF. All right. Sayonara from the Rice Crop Consortium. You will bring great honor to Crypto Winter. Oi. Brooklyn in the house. Yes. All right. Bye-bye. I'm ending the broadcast. No outro. I got to go.